Almost there. Yeah. That intro. It's so stupid. The sacrifice I'm willing to make. Ah, yes. I see. All right, let me pop this really quick and turn off the preview thing so it looks like all that's working right. Hi, welcome in. Unusual to be on this early, I know, let alone on a Tuesday and everything else. Oh, God, there's so many people already showing up. Who we got? Spyro? No, that's on your side.
Yep.
Callie's on your
Something
side.
like that.
I am them. Conrad, hello, Phoenix. Sam,
Oh my God,
Is that the cool
Sam?
Sam?
Hello, hi.
I swear to God, Beans, it's the stupid hacker.
I don't know, this is shared
Beans,
chat thing's
your
new to
mom
me. I'm
doesn't love
kind of
you.
new to
Your
doing
parents
this,
left you.
but yeah, you
Fair
got
enough.
me on for the swing it around here. Project talked me into doing interview things. So
Perhaps.
here we are. We're trying new thing with the
Yeah,
new
why
introduction and then the shared chat thing. And yeah, wow, taking
everything's
bold
new.
steps here to make all kinds of new things. Yeah.
Yes.
You get to interview the incredibly popular me.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas, for real. Where's my autograph?
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm blessing you with my presence once again.
Thank you, Thomas. Your presence is much appreciated.
So how do you want to handle this? Huh?
Well,
I should probably. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go on red for now too, just to make sure that people like leave me alone because I know they're going to not do that otherwise.
no more
I've already
harassment.
had people trying to bug me about stuff. Yeah. Project is so
I need to
cool.
move stuff.
Yeah,
in my room.
generally.
Hold on. There we go. Problem solved.
What
So
brought on this stream plan? That one.
maybe
They asked, so I said yes. Look, the funny
it's
thing
not
is,
hard to convince.
You're the first one to actually like commit to it, whereas I've had a bunch of people that talk about it and then they go find somebody else. I guess more, I don't know, but more they're more interested in interviewing or something, and I don't know. That or they're just scared because they're afraid of the answers that I'll give. I'm not quite sure. I've never
I'm
asked.
terrified of the answers. Scared. Emotional.
You should be. I mean, I know what my content's based on for the most part. It's a lot of cussing, a lot of loud noises, and shiny stuff.
Not the noise.
So, yeah.
Not the noise.
See? The cream. The cream of the crop. See, there it is. It's
Cream
in
of
there.
the crop.
Yep. See, toasters is toasters. They're just big vibrators. Wow. See, this is what
Project
I get from
doesn't
my
have
side.
many
And
ideas.
you'll
What do
see-
you mean
see
I
it in
don't
there,
have
too.
many ideas? This is the best idea I got. Right here.
Theos, hi. Oh God, they're doing the moral of the day. Okay, this is a combined thing, so I'm going to. No, don't you get weird on me. No, we're leaning in. What's our moral of the day?
Moral of the
Not
day?
yet, not yet. Wait for it. Wait. Moral of the day. Go.
Okay,
What's
go.
the moral of the day? Toasters. Toasters should always be plugged in. Is that a moral? I guess. Yeah, that works.
I don't. Sure.
All
we
right,
can go with
good.
that.
Yeah, we'll just go with that. Okay, that's great.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go. For like the 50th time.
Yep,
Theos actually gets to show up with. And remember, you've got a sword. We'd mentioned that once before. You thought I was kidding about that, but I gave you a sword for whatever reason.
A sword?
They're gonna be put to work shouting people. Yeah, it's the foam one. It's a pool noodle. Don't worry about it. I got them on cheap because it's the end of summer, so they were easily
Fair
available.
enough,
I'll just
fair
carve them
enough.
up a little bit, paint them up to look like a sword. It's great. Shooting Star, thank you for the follow. Hello, hi, welcome. in.
Yes, sir.
All right, so interview. What?
Yes.
Like,
Usually,
How
what we
fancy-
have in the past, most
Mhm,
QnAs were set up like right here, but we can do it however we like if we want to. It's just that's how I usually
True.
set it up.
No, we can do it as a sit down thing. Actually, where's my chair before I do that?
Do you want to sit down
Since
or
you-
like do some jump jacks? You know? Jumping jack is
I'm still hurting from Beat Saber. I don't want to be doing jumping jacks, okay? Give me like you can't ban me just because you're a mod in my chat. You don't get to do that. Emotional damage, there's gonna be a lot of that.
But feel
here.
free
Don't
to
worry
ban me
about
if you want. Like,
old man. Yeah, you think so?
and how I usually set up the camera, if you want to, is like usually facing the table, like right over here. You know, something like that.
I figured it was gonna be like that. Oh wait, is there a collision? How do you turn off colliders?
Oh, colliders.
That was over here, wasn't it? The toggle colliders. There it is. See, I can be smart. I can read signs.
Me too.
There.
Well,
see, now I can sit at a table. We can make it
all right, now I need a fucking chair again. I actually pushed that to the side because I thought we were standing.
I can
All right.
well, I can actually do this since I full body tracking. Oh my lord, I put my chat's way up in your head now. There.
This was planned. We planned this like 30 minutes ahead of time.
Oh yeah. Totally.
definitely.
We've scripted this and definitely run through practice on this so we know exactly what we're doing. Oh yeah, this is
Oh heck yeah!
the best appliance
Okay,
show you're
who's
ever gonna
pinging
get.
stuff? Head pats, ear waggles. Oh my word! Stop redeeming the redeems. I swear. I am trying to have a normal interview. One time. Anyway.
Well, I mean, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get the bleed over from my group, like
Yep,
harassing you, if anything, which is fun to do. Yeah, because actually, where am I at in my room? I'll turn there. That way.
You have a room? I thought you live in the basement. Wait,
No,
I do
I have a
that.
den.
I live in the basement.
I have my lovely, well-established den here, full of all the weird steampunky stuff, because I just kind of like the vibe. This was one of the
your own
rooms
living space?
This was yeah.
Yo.
In a house that I pay actually no, I don't pay way too much for the house. I pay way too much for the roof and the AC unit. That's what I pay too much for. A fucking giant exact same table. Oh, you mean this table? Hey, has this table been used? Is it claimed? I don't see a number on it.
Did someone really say a date? Ah, yes, clearly.
Clearly, my love of toasters overflowing. That's what the coffee that I can't pick up is for. What if I can't pick it up? I drink it like that.
I could have made
and then
espressos.
Give me a big straw. Oh,
I know how to make them.
straws up there.
At
On the
VRChat.
thing. We could have done that.
True.
It's not a clean table. Why? What did you do to it before? Is this like when we go into I go into a restaurant like In-N-Out or something simple like that, and I look on the floor and there's stuff all over, and I just figure the debris field is a sign that a small child exploded at the table or something, and it's just like and there was stuff everywhere. It's kind of what it always
Someone
looks
forgot to clean the table.
This project's 20 of these. It's not going well for him. Oh.
Charlie, you always like to bully me. Leave me alone. So,
you got questions, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could start it
feel
off.
Feel free.
Sure. Now I have to pull them up.
It's your
AKA
job.
the starter question.
that's valid. If not, I'll just talk about random stuff,
Have we been already
You
doing
get
that
paid
for
for
the
this?
past
Do
20
you
minutes?
get paid for it?
Wait,
No,
hold
it's better
on. You
than-
get
I
paid?
don't pay any of my mods. I don't pay any of my mods except ramen. I take ramen out for dinner every once in a while. Not every week anymore. Can't do that. Budget is what it is.
Usually I start off with the question of like, what's it called? Oh yeah, can you tell me a little bit about yourself and how you became a furry and why'd you choose, like, which was your first furry species? That's 3 questions in one. So we'll start off with the first one. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Oh my word. I want to know
old
more.
And brittle, apparently. Actually, not that old and brittle. Well, I am old.
Old
I'm
and
just not
brittle?
but
Good to know.
Theater brat turned internet superstar. Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
No, I was theater brat. It's funny, Snowy Fluff figured that out at some point just because of the conversations we were having, and there's a certain synchronicity that kids who went through theater and stuff, I think, end up with, where they they all kind of recognize how overly showy we all are, and it ends up working out kind of neat like that. But
Okay, please help me, camera. Thank you.
I do sometimes wonder if I'd been into this like 20 years earlier, how the whole internet thing would have worked out if I got into this in my 20s rather than my 40s. But you know, it's
Fair.
but I've been dedicated to work and career for the longest time. Furry just kind of happened in there somewhere where, because of the theater brat in me, I missed doing performance stuff, and I was messing around on it wasn't even the internet. No, I went to a Sharks game, and it was the Sharks versus the Coyotes, and there was a Coyote mascot out there at the time, and I knew that the Coyotes didn't have a mascot, so I said, what the heck is this? And I went home and I looked it up, and it ended up being Yippee Coyote, who I have forever called Yippee Coyote the gateway snug, because he's the one who gets he used to get everyone into the fandom. So he's the criminal fulcrum point there in getting me into furry, and then just me going through the internet, and this is dial-up days. So I picked Loriana's webpage. I don't know if she's still around. Shows up sometimes. White Fox, who owns RN Studios now, because he wasn't a fursuit maker at the time, but he became one. And those were all the principal players in getting me started. And then I learned how to build fursuits and got into going to the cons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what got me started in furry. But I picked the fox because that just seemed like the easiest thing to buy a costume for. I went through Maryland's mascots, which is still around too, and I think owned by the same people.
Right.
And they were the one that they were like the go-to, or Linko costumes, or a bunch of others to be able to get a fursuit. And that's where I got started with that.
Yeah.
And furry just kind of ballooned into all this other stuff now, where it's just one thing growing into another.
Was the deer your first species that you chose, or was it something else?
No, fox.
No, fox.
And then
so it was fox.
Because I was with me building fursuits, I just kept building whatever I felt like putting in interview to work at Wendy's, and this is what the interview is. No. Nothing about your last message. Can I hang onto your handlebars? Come on, I'm in the middle of an interview. Be professional.
How dare you?
How dare you assume that? We just gotta do Helldivers together at some point anyway. I'm addicted to that game, I swear. I just enjoy blowing things up. Point me in a general direction, I'll go destroy things.
Have you played it
That's just a...
What was it? Oh, did you play it when the space station was available? Like at a planet?
I have not made use of it yet. No,
yeah,
I haven't made use of it yet. I've been...
It's always at planets where it's like, oh, okay, it's been captured. Thanks, team.
I've been quietly not making use of the game too much. I'm enjoying a quiet little break. I basically got everything unlocked at this point. And
yeah, that's kind of
trying not to be in there 24/7.
The addiction.
Can we stay at level 7 on Helldivers too?
Level 7.
You want to go 7s? They get spicy ish. Actually, I've been bullying critters on 7. The bug with QnA, we were bullying the bugs a lot.
Just play difficulty 10. It's fine.
I did that once, and it wasn't that fun for me.
Try that on bots. It's a nightmare. That actually made me a bug diver after that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of doing bots.
After I see difficulty 10,
someone else going along. I don't want to do. Actually, if we do pairs on 7s, we can't get everything done. There's very little likelihood that you get everything finished. It'll be spicy, fun to play, but yeah.
It is what it is.
How am I? I'm good. I'm good. It's nice to. Well, other than Mom showed up earlier today, unannounced again, like usual. Spent 3 or 4 hours around here. It'd be nice if she actually would
tell
the
you.
weather report was clear today. It was sunny, and as soon as that happens, boom, she's in my yard, just doing whatever. And I'm like, can you not?
Oh yeah, right.
I ask Project if he wants to join. He's got. I think you've got me on Steam. I think we've held that together.
I don't think we have actually. We added each other, but never did anything yet. So it is a possibility.
Well, I played with Tim. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
And species-wise, I started with Fox, and because I kept building fursuits, Crosscheck Fox was the first one. I ran into someone last night that I hadn't seen since when I had the old name, and they were sitting in the instance with me for the longest time, and at some point, their friend apologized for their behavior. I said, no, I know who this is. I've met them before in real life. And they're like, wait, what? And I said, yeah, you remember me as Crosscheck. And they're like, oh, yeah, Crosscheck Fox. I'm like, haha. Yeah, I know everybody.
Also, hello, Fel. I see you.
But I switched over to Calliope was my... Actually, you know what? Crosscheck Fox was the bot version was my first one. The first made suit was Calliope. And then I made Diablo Wolf after that because I was told by a bunch of wolves that I couldn't be a wolf because I didn't know how to be one, so I built a wolf and
you didn't know how to be one.
You know, thumb up the nose to him. They said I'd never make it as a wolf. Mean? Boy, were they wrong. I don't know. And after that, I had a bunch of scrap fur left over. I thought nobody builds birds because nobody was building bird suits at the time, so I made Winger T-Hawk, and that one was around for a little bit before I sold it, and it went into mothball. Like, I never saw it again after I sold it. And then the fourth suit I built was actually Crosscheck version 2.0. Never start by building the suit you want to be.
You build
your main character. I used to when I had the time for it.
Okay.
And then Nathan High. And
I was going to say, that must be an expensive hobby if you're doing that.
It's more the time commitment because I hand sew everything. I'm not good with machine sewing, so... Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the fur does cost a bit too. But the Doberman was the fifth and I think last full suit I built. The one I use when I do fursuit Beat Saber, that was my newest one that I built rather than bought. And every time I built a project, I did something different. Not you. I know. Not that kind of project. Oh god, they're doing cheese.
Project?
Cheese. But you spread it on the bread box. Every time I did a different suit, I did something different with it. Like Callie being my first one, I just had to try to figure out how to build a suit in general. Diablo, I had reflective tape on the eyes because I wanted to mess with flash photography because people would always stop you to be like, can I get your picture?
Can I get your picture?
So this
every 5 seconds
before digital cameras. Yeah, so I thought I'd annoy them by ruining the flash gets thrown back and it completely destroys the picture because it's big glowy eyes and nothing else is lit up.
Was it one of those where like picture and then one of those ones?
Nobody ever tried. No, people weren't doing Polaroid, but they still had film, and it was kind of like early digital camera stuff.
Right.
I was scared of using sewing machines. No, they're kind of confusing to me, which is why I avoided it. And hand sewing, I felt like I could get away with more. But I did that. Diablo, I built digi-legs. I figured out how to do padding before anyone on the internet was like putting it out there as to how to do it. So I created it on a budget, no less, because
on a budget,
I was a kid in my 20s, just college kid, just fresh out of college and just getting into my career. Winger, I used PVC for the beak and the legs. That was hard to do. Why with the Daffy thing when we're having conversation?
Oh my word!
Just
ban them.
They're just yeah.
This will not be tolerated on stream. Look what you done.
How dare you? Banned.
Sylvie, stop spreading propaganda in my chat. That's illegal.
They haven't even stuck you with a hype train yet. They should. Oh, it's
no,
Crash.
that's also
illegal. Sword and you're gonna Daffy me? Crash has been here for like 2 years and last stream 2.5. Sorry, I see the little apple there. And you showed up last time and I threw a sword at you too. Again, foam swords were on sale, you know. Battle Royale. Oh god.
Yes. We need swords.
Hi Crash, by the way.
Good job.
Winger, I did PVC for the legs and the beak because that was an unusual material to work with. And I actually broke because I was hand sewing and with the toughness of the material. Tim, you came to me instead of going to him. This is a co-stream thing. You could have helped his numbers. Well, fine. Maybe if you stay on longer, I'll raid you or something. I don't know. Or what? Oh,
well, my battery for my Quest 2 is 4 hours. My battery life for this is 4 hours. So.
And
it all depends.
Did you start a hype train on me? Hold on. Who's got the golden kappa? Is that on you or me?
I think that's you.
Wait, is that on mine?
Yeah, that's you.
I've got the gold kappa.
I got no hype.
Hi. Welcome in Raiders. Welcome to the hype train. And the
good thing you raided Thomas.
Wow.
Thank you.
The,
Yep.
the option
me a
was there
favor?
for right
No. Good.
uh-huh.
Yep. This was all
Yeah,
planned.
Golden Kappa.
Golden Kappa.
Really us. What number are we thinking of? 69, dudes. This has got to be so confusing when redeems kick off on either side. All right. Golden Kappa, third one. Yeah, third one we've ever had on this channel. Or actually, it might be the fourth. And they're supposed to be like super rare, but somehow I end up with, oh my God, Phoenix, why?
Phoenix, calm down.
Thank you for the 5 gifties to Xenosaur, Hidden Sentinels, Ash Protogen. You got a Protogen in there. Matt, oh God, you gave one to Matt. And so Tim's giving one to
like
Jackie DeFox. Y'all are just jumping in on the
hype train.
Yeah, the Golden Kappa train. It's unusual. I even see trains in here. Well, not that unusual, but still. Hi, everybody.
Greetings.
Welcome in. This one's we're chit-chatting this time, and this one had questions and stuff, and I was yammering on about old fursuit stuff, and with Hide and Seek. That was the name of the Doberman. The Doberman is named Hide and Seek. That's the one I used for fursuit Beat Saber, and it was the tightest close fit body that I've ever built too. So that's why it works for Beat Saber, and I can put the headset on. Oh God.
Yo.
We are free. Sitting on booze on a funny beach. There, I'm not going to get up for that. That's as much as I'm going to get up for that. There you go. Thanks for the 1,000 biddies. Jesus Christ.
Yes, do not torture yourself standing. That's a bad idea.
Well, I don't have my shocky things working yet either. I got to get that. That's part of my list of things to get fixed on the channel to keep it moving forward. Yeah. There we go. Samatron with a 5 bomber, the Pineapple Gecko, Zenter Music, Denki Fox, Travel Ranger, and Devon Ray. It's been a while since we pushed a hype train that high. But, it's Golden Kappa. We can do that.
Exactly.
You can throw some of these at project side, too.
That is a bad idea. I do not promote propaganda.
I mean, you're supposed to get a train at some point, right? It's Christmas. Everyone likes trains. You should a little model train that goes around a tree or something. Oh, there Nathan Push works now with Dana, Frodo, Hokey Fillet, Ida Hat, and Wallenberg. Thank you for the gift subs. If you got a gift sub from one of from part of this, make sure to thank who you got it from.
Yes, exactly. I mean, Thanksgiving's
idea,
around the corner for Americans. But for Canadians, it was like in October.
I don't think I'm coming up light yet on schedule for work because I may be taking some unpaid days here, and they are very expensive when that happens. Yeah,
sounds about right.
Anyway, I think I yammered on what 15-20 minute response on your first question there. We're obviously going to do well for time here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I go 6 to 8 hours on stream. Try me. Let's see how long this interview goes.
My headset dies 4 hours later.
What else you got? I mean, it's doing the train thing. We can always wait till after the train. How is that level 6? Holy jumping!
Level 6? Holy cow!
What?
So what did you say?
I didn't look before.
I love the contrast bow stream project. Is
calm,
collectible, gentle jazz music in the background. Thomas is just like definition of. I don't even know what to call it.
I wasn't taking invites last night. I was hanging out with someone who, Chrome has been off work, and we had a conversation months ago, I think after one of Z's streams, and Chrome is a really cool dude, but he's at the wrong side of the planet, so he's usually asleep, but especially with work and all, and he was actually on last night, and he was, I could drop in and say hi, but I didn't want like a crowd, because I just wanted to have a nice quiet night, and it was kind of cool getting to actually catch up with him. And this morning he messaged me, and we've further driven the friendship because we actually got the chance to talk to each other and find out more about each other, which is nice. Yeah, I love getting those once in a while moments when I can talk. Yeah, it's just I think he was surprised. I don't think he was that surprised that I'm quiet. When I'm not doing the stream thing, I generally, especially if you see me in the background in Electro streams, I'm usually kind of half passed out and or trying to help other people in the instance when they're, because they'll stream in the same instance too, and it's a little heady when you're streaming.
Oh,
Streaming
fun.
in a room with somebody with a 200 plus audience, and then they're in the same room trying to do their stream, and trying to help.
Micromanage. We love that.
Valley with 100 bits to get the golden kappa. Model. There you go.
Many golden kappas.
Oh, you already had you already had the golden kappa, so you're just maintaining your golden kappa level. I see. So many biddies today. I know. Well, I mean, it's a golden kappa train. All it takes is 100 bits. Yeah, it's 100 bits or a sub to get in on board that with that, and then you get the golden kappa for a whole day. Yeah.
Fun.
After the train ends, so you can start the timer after that.
Exactly.
We got 1:30 left on that one, apparently. So there you go.
Dang.
Where's my water bottle before I dry out? Because you gotta water your toaster, apparently.
My water's out,
Wah.
it seems. Oh well.
We'll become an old prune. No, that's yesterday. No, Sunday when I was doing Beat Saber and
Suffering on Beat Saber.
It's a juicy experience when I do Beat Saber.
And you
not
somehow
the fun
survived
way.
work?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sundays I'm off, but Monday
True.
since it's a sit down job, I don't have to worry. Monday it hurts to do this. Thanks for the biddies, the belch biddies. Wow. Monday it hurts to do this, and today is the actual, it doesn't hurt to do this as much as it just hurts to move in general. Everything gets sore. So it's like a weird 2-day soreness program.
Exactly.
Burpees. You hate that loud burp? Look, I don't even know how many you saw the new intro too, because I wasn't sure about the sound balancing. I knocked it down a little bit in OBS because I was afraid it might be too loud, but I'll look back at the VOD later. Number one, to check to see if the VOD mutes it, because I don't know if we actually got around it or not. But yeah, I threw the new intro in and we gave it a shot. I know you rewatched the intro video like 6 times. I'm gonna make another one. Same format. I'm gonna swap in other clips. I got a lot of clips in 2.5 years I've been doing this. That's why I changed up my intro, because the intro I had was made of all the old fursuit clips and everything else that I've done. That it didn't fit the channel anymore. Now it's part of the channel. That it.
Perfect.
We're done with the hype train. Well, there we go. Hype train complete. Thank you for the hype train. Thank you for the gift subs and everything else. And God, you're paying for ramen's dinner realistically here.
Ramen's dinner. That's oddly specific.
All the money from the channel goes straight back into everybody but me. I lose so much money on this platform every month. That's the true cost of being apparently good at Twitch. You lose money. That's how it works. Don't ask me how that works. NC, hi. How's my day? Quiet. Largely. Oh my God, you got the giant. That's what that looks like at giant size. I also want to pick his nose. I mean, I'm looking at the little chat thing right there. It's just this big. It's a big face staring at me from like right here, not you. I mean, your face is staring at me too, but this one's like right up here too. Yeah. Anyway, do continue.
Okay. Perfect. After a long rant. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, what do you do in your free time? I guess is the next question. If you even have free time. Cool.
I used to do car work, and the yard thing was supposed to be my way to decompress until Mom kind of took that away. We were under agreement that she was going to work in the yard a little bit to like water it and pick up things and have some time to do something else, but she has turned that into a daily experience now of 3 to 4 hours in my yard every day, cleaning up and taking away everything that I used to do out there, like gardening and everything. I can't do it anymore. I don't want to be out there when she's out there too, because she's gonna annoy me. She's gonna tick me off. And I don't want like being angry, and she does make me angry. So
lovely.
I don't know. Used to do
so there goes your hobby.
The car stuff too, but it just hurts too much to do the car stuff. High age is an issue. You know, I lay flat on the ground in the garage, and my back just like pops, and then I can't get up.
It goes burr.
So I can't do the car work stuff. Yeah. So streaming has become the new hobby, all-consuming, life-consuming hobby, especially with all the downtime stuff. You know, being on is one thing, but doing all the work that you got to do, like, took me 3 days of hard, focused work to actually get that new intro put together.
Right.
You want to buy a working Mustang? Yeah, Teddy will fight you on that convertible. Yeah, although he's always said that and he never follows through. So yeah, you're allowed to do it.
There we go. At least you're able to fight for something.
And I'd love to get the 66 running again. Classic Mustangs are cool, even if they're death traps. But
Yeah.
I've been into those since high school. Yeah, Mustangs, mostly older stuff. I've been through
Mustang
a few.
Ira.
Oh god, I've been on my 14th one. I got yelled at for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. About the
Does that
time I
mean you
brought
have a
the 12th
Mustang
one home, I
yourself?
think.
Or are you just
Yeah,
like a fan?
Well, I mean, I got two of them right now. I got a
Two of them,
66
okay.
GT Coupe and an 89 GT convertible, and neither one runs right now. Seems like a
Great.
problem.
Seems like a common problem with Mustangs.
Yeah.
That's
They were
weird. I
broken
wonder
for other
why.
reasons. Project is so cool. Oddly enough, yes.
No. Thomas is clearly the coolest. Oh, the head pat redeem here. There we go. I guess that works.
You're having so much fun with those golden kappas. I can see that now. Why tonight of all nights? It's because
They're
you
chanting.
are the golden kappa unlocker. You're the master of the golden kappa because
No,
it only
Fel,
happened
I'm
because
not
you showed
cool.
up here. See, you're so cool. Golden kappa showed up.
Golden Kappa showed up. That's how important this interview is. It's live to the world.
Exactly. You have to keep this VOD forever and ever because of it now. It goes in the
Yep.
vault.
It goes to the vault. Anyway, if we're planning to move on to the next question, only if we are.
Yes.
Sure, why not? What is your favorite book, movie, or TV show? And why?
Definitely on movie side.
Yeah.
I'm tempted, especially with Indiana Jones coming out. I'm tempted to lean into
heard about
Indiana
you
Jones
wanting
just
to
because of how much
Play that.
it's influenced things. Honestly, though, I think favorite movie though would be Airplane, because you're just
Airplane.
looking at my style, my
Yeah.
sense of humor, and from those kind of movies, me growing up on that kind of influence, comedic influence, going through the Zucker Brothers movies. So it was
Yeah.
Airplane, Top Secret, which is the one with the underwater bar fight that I keep showing to Sakura. That well, you still need to see that with me too. Early stuff like that, where it wasn't just slapstick humor. They did a lot of setup work, like really dumb jokes, visual jokes that took a ton of setup work to do for one really dumb joke
Right.
that was really short. And I appreciated that level of dedication. So I think that just influenced me a lot. Ingerol, hello, hi. Rogers is red, uranium is green. I come to your stream on a nuclear armed submarine. Oh my god. Hi.
You're calling this a Wendy's interview? This ain't no job application.
I'm trying to remember what book influenced me most, because a lot of people don't
Did you
know.
read
I've
many
mentioned
books?
it a couple times. Yeah, with my degree, because I had similar classes aligned in college with the general education stuff. I was close enough to an associate's degree in English. I almost got it. There were two classes that I didn't make it to because they were 3 times a week, I think, 3-hour long blocks, which was like intro to British Lit and intro to American Lit. Those were the only things keeping me
Yikes.
from getting an associate's degree in it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I was working at the time, so I could only balance full-time schedule for college and work and do so much, and those classes just weren't working. So no, I went through AP Honors English and a few other things. That's, in case you haven't noticed, I use big words sometimes, and that's part of it. So I read
Big
a lot
words.
of books. I loved I definitely read a lot of Mark Twain stuff. I think Mark Twain was my favorite author growing up, and not Huck Finn, although Huck Finn was a good book. Tom Sawyer, I think they've basically banned those books now that you can't read them. And then, like, in the modern era, Michael Crichton,
Right.
I liked Jurassic Park. I read Jurassic Park before I ever saw the movie. So I read the books, and I was constantly going through the movie like, oh, that doesn't happen here, that happens here. And I was like, oh, I should not do that. So
Right. Exactly.
music-wise, Genesis, Phil Collins' group, Genesis, I'm a big fan of it. I'm so happy that they got back together when I was 18, they were going to play the Concord Pavilion, and I think I just turned 18, and I said I'll catch them the next time around because I was not in a position where I could go by myself. Didn't want help from mom. I'm like, you know what, whatever, I'll get them the next time they go on tour. And they broke up after that tour, and I was like, oh God. And
no.
It took them like 15 or 20 years to get back together again, which was never even guaranteed they would. And then they came through Sacramento, and I caught them live in, I think, like 2008. So I did finally get to see them live.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
They were a little bit burned out by then, but musically, that's the one I used to listen to all the time.
Yeah. I assume they disbanded like soon later.
Just with 2 sets of ears lead to the same hole, or is it 2 different hearing systems?
Oh my word.
Which one do I whisper into?
I don't know. Or is it just all around sound, all around sound.
Is like the treble and the bass settings different in either one? I don't know. At least yours stays attached. Torsen added some smaller ones, and we can rip them off, and they just kind of float over his head, which is weird. But
that would be hilarious.
I have fun with that, so
that would be funny. You could just rip them off.
I forget, he had some kind of a name he gave him. I don't remember what it is.
I understand we're protogens, but come on. Do you want to have hearing loss? Let's try.
Oh, I already got that from working in race shops.
Not fun.
It wasn't cool to wear earplugs, but boy, should I have done that. Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
One of the ones I worked at, car story time, because I haven't. This is
car story time.
Sakura wanted me to get into car story stuff a long time ago, because I kind of hit them with some.
Now
stuff
is the time.
I don't talk about the car stuff too much, just because it's not so much boring. It's just they're detailed stories for the most part. But we worked on John Schneider's General Lee, the one from Dukes of Hazzard. One of our magazine reps knew him, so we worked on his car for going into SEMA, and he was getting her for Silver State Classic, which is not an endurance race. It's I forget what it's like a time trial race where you go from gate to gate, and you're supposed to be there at a certain time. If you come in early, you were speeding per your group. If you come in late, then whatever you come in late is the distance that they determine who wins that set with. So you don't want to be early, and you don't want to be too late. But he was running for, I think he was trying for the 170 mile an hour class with a 69 Dodge Charger. Those things are refrigerators flipped on their side. You don't want to race in that thing. So we were helping him get that put together, and he ended up leaving the car with us. And our sales guys love that car. They love showing off that they knew what that car was, and they'd showing off to their friends. So they would come over all the time, and they'd honk the horn. And there's only so many times you can sit there in the same office space listening again and again and again before it gets tiring. So our solution was we went out in the garage and we unplugged the horns, and we didn't tell them. So when they came in the next time, one of the guys hits the horn, boom, like that, and he goes, "It's not working." And we immediately, my boss and I, because we were the only two who knew this, we immediately went, "Oh my God, you broke it! You broke John Schneider's General Lee!" And he was so mortified. We never told him. We let him go back believing that he had ruined the car. We just never hooked it back up until we turned the car back over. So he believed he had ruined the car.
Oh, that's great. You'll never know.
Those guys. Sussy password. What? Oh, on his. Yeah.
Oh my word. Anyway, are we ready for the next one, I assume?
Yes. Ready for the next.
Okay. Do you have any travel experiences that left you a significant impact on you?
Travel experiences that left a significant impact, other than the first time, because I'd never been on an airplane until Furry got me into trying airplanes, which was actually good because later on for my career it meant I was more willing to fly. But Anthrocon 2001. Yeah, Anthrocon 2001 was my first experience ever getting in an airplane, and I went with friends that at least gave me that. And I'm
do I echo?
That's acrophobic, I think. One being afraid of heights, and I said I would never get in an airplane. So getting me on that airplane wasn't it wasn't that much of a struggle
Yep,
just because I kind of knew that I
apologies
needed
about
to.
everyone. I forgot that
I
when you
needed to
click
at
the
some point
tab,
figure out how to do that,
it
but
echoes.
going through that travel experience was definitely life-changing in the respect that I gained confidence enough to be able to
Right.
get on airplanes later, especially when business had me flying to another office and I had to do it by myself. Because with friends versus doing it alone for the first time is totally different. And at least I had friends the first time to help me.
Yeah. For me, that first time flying is definitely one of those terrifying experiences where it's just like, oh, you're getting dropped off, and it's like, oh. Gotta figure my
Even
way
one of
around.
One of those later flights when I flew down south, they had me working in San Diego, so I went down to an office there, and I got on the airplane, and I ran into one of our sales reps from the company I'd quit like 15 years earlier, and he recognized me, and we started talking, and he told me that me leaving that company was the best thing I ever did, because it was smart to leave because that company was failing at some point. I'm Rock Scales, thank you for the follow. Hello, hi.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that
just
makes
one of
sense.
those weird coincidences too, to run into the one person I know at a random airport 15 years later. And this happens to me a lot. I keep running into people that
Right?
I've worked with when I'm nowhere near where I should run into them. And it's nuts how many times life is funny that way, that you end up running into the people that you don't think you're going to run into, and yet they do. Phenomenology, hello, hi. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in.
Phenomenology, yo. Yeah.
Oh.
Was that at the same job you were talking about the car? Or is that completely different?
That was different. I jumped because people don't realize, like, this is the most stable job I've had. I'm at 13, going on 14 years now with this company, and the only way I could get a raise out of any company was to threaten to leave and or just leave. And I kept doing that for 2 years at a time. Like every couple of years I'd switch jobs, and that doesn't look good at the end. You know, at some point they look at it and realize they're not going to be able to keep you. So I was trying not to have that be the case, but I kept jumping ship from job to job, and it went through a range of stuff. Like it's design work. It's all CAD design work. So I started out with metal trash containers. I showed it to Sakura, I think, at one of the one of the rest stops. Anywhere, generally the West Coast in California, you go to any of the rest stops, and the big trash containers where you put recyclables in, they're like slanted metal containers. That was me. So I worked on that project.
Right.
And concrete stuff. Like United Rentals, you get the little concrete trailer, the little tiny trailer you can drag with the little concrete mixing drum. That was us too. So that was what I started with, was working on that kind of stuff. And then I switched over to condiment systems of all things, because again, they paid better.
Condiments.
So
yeah.
we were doing, beverage systems, the little bar guns when they pull up the
that's
soda gun. And
I always
filling
wanted to
the
try
guns.
one of those.
That was us. I had to draw the plates because you'd take plates and cut them and glue them together to make each of those guns,
Yeah.
and I worked on those. So CAD design for all that stuff, and at some point
Fun.
it worked around to my degree's in civil and arc, and so I finally got into civil design, which is where I am now, that I've been doing bridge and roadway and structures for 15, 20-ish years now. God, it has been almost 20 years I've been doing bridge and road. Wow.
Insane. It's kind of surprising a
Be
job
on
like that
VRChat.
would
You
be
wanna be
paying more.
Alone with friends right now, yes. Right now it's just single interview. Once I get done, I don't know, maybe we'll go into a game where we can stab people or something. I don't know. Depends on how long I
Stab
want
people.
to stay on tonight.
Yeah.
I have urges.
I'm not sure if you answered this one before, which was, what kind of music do you like, and do you have any favorite song or artist? Which I
that
thought you
was
just said
the
that.
early one I mentioned.
Yeah.
Genesis, yeah.
I guess, can you share a memorable life lesson or a piece of advice you learned?
Oh, don't let your parents push you into bad decisions. Between dad running off, and have I had issues with and we've well documented, at least on my channel, how much I don't like my family and all, but mom bullying me, which is basically what she did with most of the decisions, and still to this day tries it. I just learned to stop listening, because I realized that dad wasn't going to be disinterested in anything I did. And the funny thing is, with me being in design, my brother and my dad, they know how to build stuff too, and they would work it. they come at it where they tear things apart. They would always find them tearing something apart, a radio, some kind of a toy, something. They'd be tearing something apart. Dad would always do computers, and that was
Right.
how they figured it out. They would tear things apart, then put them back together and re-engineer it as they put it back together. I'm the art guy in the family. I draw it up and make sure we've got it figured out before we get into it, and then you're still going to discover problems either way and then redesign as you go. We're both engineers.
exactly.
We're all engineering mindset. It's just we come at it from different sides. And Dad, when I approached him about it, he said he didn't know how to handle me, because he didn't know, like, my brother and he were thick as thieves. They would always be doing something together, and he left me out of it because I didn't come at it with the same approach, and he didn't know how to deal with that. He didn't know how to deal with the artist.
Didn't know how to cope.
So his best solution for that was ignore one kid and overstimulate on the other. And
Overstimulate.
he ended up, my brother, and he still does it. Like, he might be here in town for Thanksgiving. I don't know. If he does, I won't hear about it until my brother messages me. He won't contact me directly. He's afraid to do that, apparently. So I don't know. It's
You're
a
a
weird
terrifying
way.
creature. Mass destruction.
I am. I'm fearsome. It's the antlers. It's the,
I
the
knew it.
handlebars are deadly. It was mostly that, and I've preached it on my channel multiple times. Not to let, number one, the whole blood is thicker than water thing. Don't ever believe that. You know, family.
Yeah.
If family is burdensome and an obligation to you that they are going to drag you down, cut them loose. I mean, you can't be afraid to do that. If they're going to drag you under, and they're being a bad influence, get rid of them. Don't let them ruin your life too. Let alone telling you bad, like with Dad kind of going off and doing his own thing. I realized at some point, no matter what I do, Mom's going to be disappointed. She'll give me, she'll complain that I never went for my bachelor's degree in engineering, that I didn't go for an engineering degree, which would have been a college loan and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'd be $80K in debt trying to get that off my back.
Right.
And I didn't go that route. So she still gives me flack over not going for the big degree, despite the fact I'm earning 6 figures a year doing what I do, which is way above the average. So how can you complain about it? But she finds a way. So I just eventually learned to ignore her.
Yeah,
Just, you know, it's lip service. Just let her keep talking.
Talking smack.
I'm sure there's other life lessons in there too. One of them being don't get angry and throw a couch in a moving truck when nobody's helping, because that's how you destroy your back. Ha ha. I dropped like a sack of potatoes on that one, just boom, down, and I was like, I want to get up now. Oh, that's not good. No,
Isn't
I
there
had
the
no medical
other
coverage
saying
at the time.
of work smarter, not harder?
Yeah, I was just mad.
Similar to
No one
that.
was helping, and we were on a time schedule.
Oh yeah, that would tick me off
I had
too
to
if
drive
no
that-
one was helping.
God, I had to drive that truck with a bad back too, because we were supposed to be up to the house, drop the furniture off, get the truck back the next day, because Mom was being cheap about the rental and didn't want it for the extra day. So I was mad. I was super mad about the whole thing. And on the drive back, this is the house we bought up in the mountains, so you're 150. No, it's about 100 miles into the middle of the mountains. So it's all twisty, windy road, 45 to 55 mile an hour road, and I'm in a 24-foot Penske rental truck, and we're trying to make up time. So I'm like, I paid for the insurance deposit, screw it. And I had the lights on, and I'm just booking it through there. There's a couple of, the little raised curb that you'll find on the side of mountain roads. I was hitting that with that truck enough. I could feel it go up on like 2 wheels. It's more than 2 wheels, but I could feel it go airborne on one side, and I'm just boom, boom, coming slaloming down through the mountain in a 24-foot Penske, because like we're on a timetable. We gotta
go.
We gotta go.
Try faster.
It was the always colorful moving experiences. So I got tired of moving. Blah.
Now, I don't know if you talked about this one, but do you have any future plans for like a job career, or are you already in it? Essentially.
I mean, I'm locked in with what I am.
Yeah.
The only change I would make is maybe swap offices, but the company's been behind me all the way. They're a solid company. I hate that we go light on project work sometimes, but they'll put me on overhead to keep me because they see me as a valuable resource, and they don't want to get rid of me, which is good. It's a very...
That's always good.
It is... There's definitely times like, I think it's a little I try to appreciate how rare it is with my streams, how well they're going versus what most people go through on a streaming experience, like the channel growth and everything else that I've gone through here. Has exceeded expectation, but work is the same way, and sometimes it gets lost a little bit that I have a career job that I've been at for 14 years, and they will see me through to the end of my career as long as I keep doing what I do, and I can retire knowing that they're just not interested in getting rid of me until I decide to do it on my own terms, which is something nobody gets these days. You don't get that opportunity to be with a company that wants to keep you around, and you can kind of just predict, you can kind of plan out a retirement. Not that I expect to have one, but I'd be bored. So it's going to be weird for me to, it's already weird for me to think about retirement, because honestly, it's like 15 years away. So
15 years away, yeah.
It starts getting weird when you kind of see the end goal, and it's like, oh, I don't know what to do with this, let alone what streaming is now going to mix in with that. I don't see me at age 56,
full-time
in my 60s.
Twitch streamer.
Look, I've seen some old people get away with it. I could get into cooking streams. God, I'd actually have to learn how to cook instead of microwave everything. It'll be a microwave stream. It'll just be 15 minutes. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. And here we have our lovely meal. I'll put some garnish on it. We'll pretend it's, fancy, dress up all fancy for it. And, a lovely lean cuisine. That's all, everyone. Have a good night.
Have a good stream. Rest your night.
See, Minty's got it. If I try to cook, I'm going to burn the house down, because I know how that went last time.
Well, that's not the first
bad habit of burning things. My kitchen has caught fire twice. I'd rather not do it again.
You only learn from burning the house down,
That'll be hilarious for a stream. What, burning the house down or cooking? I feel like you're implying burning the house down.
All I could imagine is seeing Thomas outside his house. Hey guys, welcome to my vlog. Here's my house.
Cooking is easy, and we'll do the old style before they were microwaving it, where it's just the bag with it's the frozen bag of like noodles that you throw in a boiling pot of water. And like, here, I've brought the water to a boil, and here we apply the noodles, and go away and then come back. And now the noodles are done with the bag. Now we get the scissors.
Yes. How to offend Italians?
Yeah. Super authentic Italian.
It's fine.
I'll get Coda to pop in, and he can use his fake Italian voice, because I mean he's kind of, for a guy who's Italian, he sure doesn't seem like it, but he sure likes to lean into it. So he's a fun guy.
Right.
I know too many. I just know too many people from between furry and streaming now and everything. Like everybody seems to know me somehow. It's weird. He is Sicilian, I know. Get a style your hair like Gordon Ramsay, and then make it satire to every cooking show ever. A lot of effort.
That would
you really
be
want me having another costume? Did you not watch the intro where you even asked how many more costumes I have? You want me to have more now?
More costumes?
That seems like a big ask. I'm getting it. That's being a yes. Okay.
All I can imagine is seeing Thomas push a button. Welcome to my arsenal, and it just flips over.
I forget what the question even was originally on that one. Feel free to
I believe it was your future job career, and then you just retirement, and then it went to the next one.
The thing, like retirement, the thing with retirement, if I don't do streaming as a thing, I always wanted to do teaching. They actually tried to encourage me in school. They were trying to encourage me to be a teacher, but I know I wouldn't have had the patience for it when I was younger. I might have the patience for it now, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to teach anyone is going to work. Because the only reason I've survived at my job is adaptability. It's not that I bring necessarily a certain skill set. It's that I understand how to adapt with the changing times on what we've been doing, and how you go to a school and impart that to people. Like anything I give them knowledge wise is going to be out of date. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'd like to be able to at least go to college, probably the local college. If
The one
actually, they
thing
don't
that
even have as a
wouldn't probably
program here.
change is history. So that would probably be a thing anyone could ace,
Yeah,
technically.
Mm.
Depending on the subject,
I have
though.
I have a very spicy comment that I'm not sure I should say. Don't worry about teaching history.
Yes,
They're going to be
hello,
erasing most of it and
Jonathan.
coming in soon in a couple of years
Welcome
here.
on in.
You know, they're going to
And
rewrite
thanks
a
for
lot
the
of
follow. And yes, thank you for everyone who followed from Thomas's chat. I didn't really get to
Jonathan,
it
hello,
because I
hi.
was focusing on the talking, which I think is understandable.
Right.
So if I missed
Maybe
you,
in
I
retirement, I could see me trying to teach. Anyway.
but like elementary, secondary, or
No, like probably
college.
college
think?
or high school level, just because like what I'm interested in teaching is survivability, I think, for the job. And
Yeah.
when I say I don't know if I can use what I know, what they've done now is engineers come in doing the work that I used to do when I came in, and all the engineers come in and they're underutilizing them by making them into drafters. They want them to understand drafting because I think they want to try to get rid of us as technicians. They want the engineers to be able to do it all and keep them on a lower pay scale while they're training them. I mean, modern corporate idea, but the thing is, the big separation I've seen is engineers are incredibly knowledgeable people. They're very book smart.
Yeah.
They're good at math, all that kind of stuff, but they're so hard to get to be based in reality sometimes with the stuff they ask for. I have had to tell a number of engineers that, no, you can't do that. Or they come up with some grandiose idea, and I say, how do you build it? How are you getting it to the site? How are you doing this thing? And they think about it for a minute, and they go, we can't do that. And I said, you can't do that. And that's the knowledge I bring versus
lovely.
what they bring as an engineer.
Yeah.
Louisiana.
I mean, I did see a meme between an architect and an engineer. Two different things.
It's weird that my training's in architecture, but I never actually used it. And architecture is a different animal anyway. Architects are, I will say, the weirdest people. Because, you know, they're artists. They're artists, but they have to be based in, again, reality with the stuff that they come up with. Like the bridge that's here local in town, I think I took Sakura over it. There's these big giant lanterns that look like flower vases on it. And they're light up lanterns. They were worth a big bonus from the feds to put it on the bridge. Like they're $1 million a piece, I think, for putting those things on the bridge.
Wow.
So toward the project, because it was a beautification thing. So that engineer or architect was so happy he got those. He had a little model mocked up, and it was in his windowsill. I visited his office in San Francisco, and I'm like, "That's the lantern." He says, "That's my lantern," and he started like petting the model, and I was like,
Petting the
okay.
model.
he's like, "I got it on the bridge," and I'm like, "Okay." $1 for flower. You got it. It's beautification money. It's extra, like the feds will throw on a $10 million budget for beautification projects. So there's metal fish on one of the bridges around here where I didn't take you over that one. There's in the median, there's these big metal fish in the middle of the bridge. That was beautification money. They don't serve any purpose. They're just extra money. It helps grease the wheel on the project a little bit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, we're pretty
extra
much
money to
done with
grease up the
that.
project.
Yeah.
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 You want them greased up, right?
Oh
For
my
the
word.
robotic part. Wait, do we have cybernetic robotic parts? Whatever. No, it's fine. Yeah.
What happened to the nanites?
We couldn't afford them anymore. Too much money thrown into lanterns
Too much
and
money.
fish.
So I guess my next question is, when did you get started with streaming?
Your turn
What
now.
was your... Huh? Oh my
Your
word.
turn
Are
now.
people raiding? The raid notification didn't go off. Hold on. Let me turn that on.
See,
Too many people are
I'm your
following.
raid
Calm down.
notification. Hey, you're raided. Hey, get raided, nerd.
There we go. Hello, Dickerman. I can't hear anything, unfortunately, because it's so loud unnecessarily.
Don't
Okay.
tempt me.
Anyway, hello Raiders. Sorry about that loud raid music, but that's how we lake up the chat. Anyway. What, you were
I gotta be
sleeping?
louder. So apparently I gotta be locked. No,
Oh
I'm kidding.
gosh, so Gabe VA rated me, and oh my, I have to keep up the follows. Holy cow! Oh, I can't keep up with it. There's too many. Calm down. Calm. The real Mason 8. Okay, thanks for the follow. We got Monty Gator. Thanks for the follow. Potato. Thanks for the follow. Quirky24. Thanks for the follow. Thanks Volk for the follow.
I can see all the follow notice. Wow, that's neat.
Also, whoever.
Stop it.
Oh my word. Diamond Wolf. Thanks for the follow. Taco. Thanks for the follow. Holy cow. Calm down, people. Be louder. I mean, I can activate the Ray thing again.
I can't. No, I can't hear anything. So all I'm getting is this. I got Screaming Cave Johnson in my ear, and it sounds wrong.
Sadly, the throw regime is only for VTuber. Just letting you all know.
Still going. It's
the main reason why I still have that active is because I'm lazy to turn it off. Unless the admins want to refund it, but I'm too lazy to do that too.
I think they're done now. Okay, good.
Y'all need to calm down. You want ear waggles? We can do that in VR. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We can do double waggle. See?
Quite as waggly. Yeah.
Wiggle.
They kind of waggle around a little bit. Yeah.
That's how we do. So cute. It's not cute, okay? I am here streaming. Oh, someone did the
now,
DJ Grimm. Hold on. I have to reactivate that.
Nope.
For some reason, Twitch sometimes works. It doesn't always. Thanks, Twitch.
I need to get most of my stuff ported over to. There's programs you can use that are on the computer that run everything, so you don't have to go through some of these web services.
Right.
I still get weird things when the web service stuff fails, but you know, Sledge was showing me some of the stuff about how.
I'm trying to figure out a good alert system, but right now Twitch is the only one that I figured out was good. That which actually sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. Which it doesn't work today, apparently.
Yeah. No, I've noticed that too. There are times when it just doesn't work and it kind of sucks because I got that.
And I usually have to manually do it too, so it's like, okay, cool.
My expectation is when you pay the bits for the thing, it'll do the thing. It doesn't always do the thing. It's kind of
There's
annoying.
DJ Grimm. He spawned in.
Water.
I'm sorry, Gabe, if I didn't see your message at all. Like you were lost.
I did kind of go burr there for a bit.
I hope you had a good stream. I don't know what you were streaming, but I hope it was a good stream. Thank you, Water, for the follow. Yes, sir.
I was drinking water. Summoned them. There you go.
You summoned water. Congratulations.
Yeah, exactly.
So, are we good to go to the next question, or are we going to be interrupted? What do you think?
Did a shout out ever happen on your side? I should have seen that.
Oh, no one shouted Gabe out. I don't think anyone did.
I don't think a shout out ever happened because I was curious what they were working on. I didn't see it.
Hold on, let me do.
You said the magic word. Now I'm here. Yay! We got the magic word without the Pee Wee Herman thing, which is.
I thought I had
you know,
responsible
it's fairly
admins
cheap.
in chat, but clearly I have to fire them. Yes,
Actually,
go
wait,
follow
that's
Gabe.
right,
This is
I
the
should be able
second
to-
time they raided me too. Make sure to check them out.
Where's Gigantify? And this is on. I don't know if I have to pay for it when it's my emote, but we're in
my
shared
word.
chat here. There we go. Let me try that.
Hold on, let me do the manual alert because.
Okay, good. It didn't cost me anything. There you go. So there, you said the secret word. Yay!
Howdy, y'all.
Pee Wee
Welcome on
Herman.
in. Yes, sir. I don't think chat's calmed
Mr.
down.
Ferreno, hello, hi. I think they're being about normal, which is to be expected, especially with most of the redeems kind of off and they being generally quiet.
Yep, sounds about right.
Look at Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Welcome to Costco.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. We need to watch Idiocracy at some point.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Oh my God, is it Benz? Yo, Benz, I swear to God, Benz.
All right,
It's the
I guess we're good to
stupid
move on to the next one
Benz,
for
your
now.
mom doesn't
Yes.
love you.
Yes.
Your dad left you.
When did you
You're
start
gonna go
streaming, and what was your first motive on your adventure to content creation?
I'd always made like little snippets, little cool things I'd throw up on YouTube sometimes, or just poke at for the sake of making fun videos. Because when I was a kid, my friend, my best friend growing up, his dad was a geotech engineer for Chevron, and he came down from Canada, something related to oil, I think. So they were down in. They came to our area, and they were, I'm not going to say they were a rich family, but obviously upper middle class. So they had a video camera before it was like the thing that everyone had. So we filmed little dumb little things in the yard, our own little adventure things inspired like by Indiana Jones, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, have a good one, Sonny.
Filming like any kids. What kids do now with phones, we were doing that with video cameras.
And thanks for the raid. Always appreciate it.
Taking that, I kept doing that kind of stuff where sometimes, because I had a video camera, I'd film little things, throw it up on YouTube, that kind of stuff. And it was always just kind of me feeling like I was in the mood to throw something up and not think too much about it. But I had this, much like we're doing sit-down conversation here, I did this at MFF probably about 3 years ago. I ran into Diffuse Moose.
Right.
And I'd been in his, I was already a fan on Twitch, where I was watching channels. I'm subbed to a few channels going on 4 years now, so I was hanging out in their chats, so they knew who I was. I met them, and having sit-down conversation at a table like what we're doing now, I got into storyteller mode, which you notice I tend to kind of just go on, and it was one of those things where the table went silent, and this happens to me a lot because it's me. The table, the room, whatever, they go silent, and people just keep watching because they're just enraptured by what story I'm telling. And Diffuse was there. Moss, who doesn't really stream anymore on Twitch, sometimes he shows up. Moss, not MOSFET. Moss was there and had a jar of moonshine. Oh God, that stuff was turpentine. That was horrible stuff. But I was happy to be drinking it. And he needed help, so we started getting a little tipsy, and that was all part of the conversation there. And Beta Ada Delota was there too at the table. So all these big name streamers that I didn't really know who they were.
Was there. Okay.
Cody, hi. And Diffuse was always kind of on me about that I should probably stream, and Moss was the one who was immediately, like me never having met him or talked to him, totally engrossed with me at the table and telling me that I should stream. I have the energy for stream and all that kind of stuff.
You have the energy.
So,
there we go.
And Beta only further encouraged that because, or actually no, that was a separate conversation like later on either that day or that weekend, but sat down at a table and had long conversation with him, and I fired back at him, having me having watched his streams and him knowing he was kind of in a transitional stage with his content, and he still kind of is, but he was kind of stuck at that fulcrum point. I think he's past it now, where you as a streamer, you're coming up with a younger audience, and you have a certain, you're established with an audience, and they expect a certain sort of streamer out of you, and you want to get older and you want to change up your content. Kyle and Kiwi, who hang out in the channel all the time, you look at what Majuro was doing on YouTube years ago. He's not like that now. Doesn't do that kind of content. Kiwi, same thing. Yeah, their content's changed as they've evolved and grown. And Beta was at that point that I don't know. I did the old man thing. We just had a conversation about career stuff and streaming, and he was just so enraptured by it. He was telling me that I should stream too, and he's been ever supportive. I mean, he does. Yeah. He doesn't raid super regularly, but he still kicks a raid over now and again, and he's a friend that shows up.
That's cool. He's
an avenue. I've really tapped the friends that I know that are really well established on this platform. I should be doing more stuff. You see the cool streams where they're always hanging out, doing this kind of thing, doing interview, and I have access to that kind of stuff if I press them, but I don't like pressing them. I don't know. I kind of like the voyage of discovery we're having with me just doing the channel stuff, but it's been 2.5 years, and that's other than a few people I know that have really outdone the averages, I think we're a little ahead of the curve as far as average growth, average, that kind of thing. It's weird that I've been doing this for, as we approach 3 years now, seems like I get an average of about 2,000 follows a year. I was like I told you before.
Yeah.
I was looking at the advanced stats last night, and I'm
Yeah.
honestly blown away.
Guess we could talk about that now. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Chrome mentioned it the other night in Keith's stream, so I looked, and I don't like looking at the stats and the advanced stuff and all that kind of stuff, but I looked at the advanced stats, and there's a website that compiles all that stuff into it's a well-known one because it's the one that Chrome was suggesting, and it says I don't know how entirely they base their positions, but my thinking, even with whatever draw we get here, was I'm sure my stream's probably like in the top 100 and something or other thousand of Twitch, some astronomical number. And I was shocked to find out that I don't know the exact number. Ramen knows the number, but we're sitting at 37,000 something or other on Twitch as far as positioning. And I was like, holy shit, really? Hi. I didn't think we were going over that well. And when I started checking in on friends who I know, and I was looking at where they fall in the list, I mean, they're ahead of me by.
Yeah.
They're not as ahead of me as I thought on some of the positions. Like, I'm surprised how well we've been doing, and it's definitely encouraging me to do more.
Yeah.
Because I've never hit burnout phase on this. Life just gets complicated, and I'm trying to find the balance.
I mean, you just
still,
enjoy
and
what you
I think
do,
I've done a
right?
better job of it. Yeah, I think I found a better balance now where I'm not, I'm not streaming. I know I reduced my schedule, but it's more like I just don't want to have the burden of the schedule on me. Like if I kind of tonight where it's just, oh, I'm going to do a stream right now.
My
and
issue.
You don't worry about it.
My issue for my brain, if I don't have a schedule, I would do it every day. That's how my ADHD works, right?
I know, and when you're starting out, it is important to have a schedule because it did keep me regular on staying with it.
That's me,
now, I actually don't have to do that because the energy is right. That when the energy is there and you want to do it, you just do it and you run with it. That's along with me not checking analytics anymore. That I don't like looking even at the stream report because it's just
no, me neither.
What's it going to gain me at this point? I don't think my streaming isn't going to change unless I want to change things about it. Like, I know you all missed the deer scream. That I took it away. I found it kind of old
now.
and...
How dare you? No.
Old and annoying, because, I mean, I'm pulling a little bit away from the deer. We lost In the Deer tonight and the deer scream. I might replace it with something else, but I kind of like just not having it, because most of the streams that I watch, the ones that it seems like a good comfort vibe is not having quite so much ADHD. We do go a little over the top with it. So I worry that sometimes it's driving people out of the room, and just some of the feedback I get from people that they say they watch the stream but they mute the tab because they just don't want to hear the noise. I'm like, oh, I'm glad you told me that. Same as we got rid of the gun.
I could see that.
On that intro, I had to knock down the gunshot so much because I knocked it down to make it quieter. Had Ramen listen to the video, and she immediately messaged me with that gunshot made me jump. I'm like, well, there we go. I'm knocking it down further, and I've almost muted it. Because that gunshot is jarring to people, and for some of them, it's a PTSD thing, too, that they don't want to hear that. So, things I've learned along the way. Now, I have no idea where this is going to end out for me. Because I made the smart, brilliant decision to start streaming, the first ever stream was on my birthday. So now every time it's my birthday, it's also stream anniversary, not affiliate anniversary, although that came a month after. Yeah, because before I started streaming, I already had 100 followers because it's me and I'm off Twitter and all that. And the long dead Twitter
be gone.
But I already had the following, and the only thing that kept me from hitting affiliate straight off the hop was I just wasn't streaming enough. Because I had the numbers coming straight out of the gate. So we hit the ground running, and we just kind of kept running. And it's an interesting journey how much it changes, and all the people that I'm meeting along the way, and friends I'm making, like Cody. I never would have met Cody without doing stream stuff.
Oh yeah.
There's just, I mean, I wouldn't have met you without doing stream stuff. Almost everybody in chat at this point I would not know of if we hadn't been doing that. So it's been an adventure, especially when you throw together the previous life of me fursuiting at cons and all. It's funny, I'll be at a con and someone will yell out from a balcony across the con space, they'll cross check, and I'm like, oh, this is somebody I know from like 25 years ago. Hi. Versus the ones who come over and call me Thomas and know me from stream, and I get this weird mix of old versus new, and people who know me from the old way versus the ones who know me from stream, and some like Stego who's come, he knows me from both realms. And how many people surprisingly didn't think I had this in me, that I would do the stream thing and do this well with it. But it was just a surprise to them that I could. Oh, I remember when I got started, Minty was there for it too. At BLFC, we went to the streamer panel, and I think I was still under it was like under 500 followers at the time, so the stream was still fairly new. Dory was hosting the panel, and Keatlock. Those were the two hosting it. Dory, I've known for a long time, fursuiting wise. So him being a partner streamer and all that stuff, it didn't factor in. We just have an established friendship before all this stuff. And Keatlock, I knew nothing about. Ghost VR, the official hello, hi. Welcome in. Keatlock, I knew nothing about at all. And I don't know if Dory was talking me up or if Keat was spying, but he came to me after the panel, specifically stopped by and said, hi, and you're going to do well with streaming. And I'm like, hi. Who are you?
Do I know
you? Yeah? Who are you? Who sent you?
The government?
It's like,
here's the badge.
It was such a cool compliment coming from someone that, when I hear later on from other people, they're like, oh, Keatlock is a huge streamer and double. He hit the wall, by the way. He quit for the most part. He comes back and he does stream, but as a partner streamer, he's probably getting like 20 or 30 people in the room, and that's about it, because he just dropped off the map for a year plus, and he came back to, again, do it at his own speed, like what you have with Kiwi and Kyle and them, where they're just comfortable now. Because at some point, I think everybody ends up hitting the wall or burning out when half the partner streamers I know have their secret channel where they don't have to deal with the pressure of trying to maintain whatever pace you have to at the top level.
Exactly.
So for tax collector, I have the high ground. I've seen you in Coda's stuff. Yes, I pop in on Coda's streams every now and again. He's one I know from before streaming too. I knew him by it wasn't Vincent. I forget what his Lace. Yeah, Lace was the name he was going with at the time for his other fursuit. Yeah, I've known him from way back then. So yeah. Again, a lot of these people that when you see me jump in with somebody that they're big streamer now, it's like I don't know them. I never knew them as a streamer. It just wasn't a thing. I knew him as a fursuiter and somebody that I've known at cons forever and ever. But now we're all somehow tied into this, and it's weird because people wonder sometimes how I get the inroads that I get with some of the bigger streamers. And it's like it's because I got the friends network apparently for it.
Yeah, that's essentially how it goes. Word spreads.
You'll say you're a fake Ghost in VR, but your name says the official, and official is there for a reason. There's a ghost world in VR. Is that your world? Is that where you come from? The Ghost VR world?
You should have known.
The one that we're always doing with the gunfire and the shooting and the pain. What's the one where you can stab people secretly too if you're really good at it and they don't notice it and then they don't realize you're the ghost and you can kill them. It's nice. I like that world. You're thinking about it now. Your brain's cooking on it like, maybe? Okay, go with it. Just ride.
Go with it.
Ride
there
with
we
it.
go.
Take credit.
Take the credit.
High ground pretty much solves every problem. Unless you're up on a ladder and then you get stuck on a tree. Don't ask. That did happen. Well, sort of. Almost did. Yeah. But it's doing the crunch. It's doing the crunch thing. It's time for me to bop it off the thing and do the fix. All right, you're on temporary. Be right back, but you're there. Don't worry. There, it should be back now. I was wondering when the crunch was going to show up. I talked with Chrome about that last night, and he said, there's a way to fix that. You use an audio plugin to fix that, but I have yet to find the magic audio plugin. I'm like, then that's not a fix.
Exactly.
Don't tell me there's a fix for it if you don't know what to fix it. We all...
Lord Mandara, thanks for the follow. Yo, Lord, thanks for the follow. For you.
Oi. Where's my water?
Long day.
But looking at it, I mean, given how late in life that I've started doing the streaming thing, when my 5-year anniversary hits for stream, I'm going to be 50. And I keep thinking, man, you start thinking about it a little more, it's like, 10-year anniversary of streaming means I'm going to be 55. So the joke now is we're going to go to Denny's, and we'll live stream from Denny's when I get my first senior menu Denny's. That'll be the 10-year goal of the channel, right?
Right.
That'd be a great way to ride off into the sunset. Do the Unisonos thing where it's like, okay, we hit 10 years, we're done. We're getting senior menu Denny's and closing up the entire shop. We're just done with it. Write it off. An ad. Yeah. You're on my side with the ad. Yeah, I keep them short.
I try to keep them short too.
I put the bare minimum on because it's not like they pay that much and they're kind of annoying.
No,
Actually, they're very
I hate
annoying.
ads.
Mm.
I hate ads.
There you go. See? It's a lot more versus the streamers who are trying to make this work as a career kind of thing, and they put on like 8 ads back to back. I'm like, how do you expect people to sit there for 5 minutes watching ads?
I wouldn't.
Oh. Not a goal, has to be reality. Cool. I'll think about it. If I remember where, in 10 years, well, it's not 10 years, 7 years from now, I'll see where I am with that.
Perfect.
Would I be? No, I wouldn't be retired from work yet. Be close though. Yeah, be down to single digits. It's gonna be wild. My favorite thing in thinking about retirement is every time one of our guys retires, we go to like a really cool bar. Well, maybe not a really cool bar, but we go to a bar and we do a big send off to them and all, and they have the big shared wall of memories with pictures and all this. Oh God, you remember that time you did this thing? Kind of conversation. They're not gonna know shit about me because I don't share at work. Not really. They'll have some kind of stupid work stories, but for the most part, it's not going to be. It's going to be so dull and boring compared to what I do with streaming stuff. Honestly, I recently changed mine to 3 minutes. Just once an hour, give us a good opportunity to take stretch breaks. Yeah, I mean, mine are kind of set like that too. Also, hi Carneth.
On your retirement, it's just like, did you know I was a furry, and just leave.
I always used to think, because people are always concerned, especially with like an engineering job, that what if they find out that you're furry? It's like, I'm not the biggest geek there. We've got Star Wars fans that their cubicles is nothing but Star Wars. We've got one guy that can recite line for line Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And those are weirder people to me than me, especially the Star Wars guy. Like, he is obsessed with it. I mean, one guy was into Magic the Gathering. He was going down for tournaments, trying to do that like professionally. So, furry is like the least kind of tame compared to some of the stuff they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I bet I'd always be curious if they'd actually, like, what they would think of the streams, if they'd find them entertaining or not. They probably would, I'd find it hilarious if the kids were like, oh yeah, I watched that guy. It's, your kid's got problems then.
True.
Yeah, I don't know where the journey's going to take me. I just I'm enjoying the ride for sure with it. It's been up and down a lot. Like, in looking at the advanced stats thing, that website was the first time I've seen a full graphical readout from start to current, and it really does reflect straight line all the way up, that we're just constantly growing here, both in averages, in followers, and stream time, and everything else.
That's always cool.
Every time we do the charity stuff, we just knock it out of the park, which, by the way, next week, or this weekend actually, Sunday, first day, unless I choose to go early, technically start early, but we got to do the charity thing for 12 Days of Starlight. So that's coming up. We got 2 weeks worth of charity stuff that we're going to do.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of wild. I mean, 2.5 years I've been doing this, and with the Tiltify stuff on all the charity things, we've raised over $10,000.
Amazing, actually.
Both for the Maui wildfire relief, that was a good one. Papa Barks we've done twice, and the Starlight stuff, and then Outlanders, which was in the last clip. You see the little Outlanders logo at the start. That was Bardic's thing that he didn't get going this year. He gave it to Maple, and Maple's been too busy, so they didn't do the Relay of Regret. That's what it was, and they didn't do that this year because they just didn't have the time for it. I might offer to step in and help with that sometime. I probably should. Oh, I see my little chat window broke. I was wondering when OBS was going to break.
Yay.
There it goes. Those stalking streamers on Twitch.
Stalking streamers.
You want to talk about shiny suits are funny, dear? Yeah, that would be speaking of the shiny stuff and the racier content, I mean, I'm on certain websites, but they're the kind of websites that if somebody came to me and said, I saw you on the thing, I'd get to say, yeah, but you were on the thing. Because they're those kind of websites that why were you on that website that you even saw the thing? So, yeah.
Exactly.
AME viewer count as yesterday. Oh, same viewer count as yesterday? Oh, neat. I mean,
for real.
I don't know what I've talked about before on my stream, that even if I had the opportunity for partner, I don't know if I'd go for it, because it doesn't do anything like gaining wise. I'm never going to put in the kind
More
of effort
money.
it takes to get to I do that. Not with everything they've done for the affiliates at this point. You can still get the same bonuses and stuff for the most part.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just never gonna have the time to make advantage of it. Like when Sledge and Snowy and all these other ones that they're getting on the front page of Twitch because they can dedicate the kind of time to be there on stream, get set up for it, have this massive stream thing, and get that kind of potential. And I don't have that kind of time. I barely find the time to get any of the other stuff done off of stream, along with the other things I got to do in life, and I don't have the time. So I don't see where gaining new tools to build things that I don't have time for, it's not going to help.
Exactly.
Yeah, more beer money. More beer money would be nice.
Beer money.
Someone burst on trying to grab water fell on your ass. Oh my god. Hopefully that one didn't hurt. I don't think I've ever even done. No, I've gone down. Oh, I went down in pony hooves. That's right. Yeah, I was in the kitchen. I stepped on linoleum, and I didn't know how to wear my pony hooves at the time, and I just right out and down. I went hard. I found out I could do the splits, and I can't do the splits. So that was not fun.
A learning experience.
Purple one got cute antlers. Hi. And they're holographic. People keep trying to grab them. You can't grab them. They're holographic.
Exactly.
The leftover remnants of deer.
Rip the deer.
Like, yeah. It's funny, Diffuse made mention of that the other day when I popped into a stream. He's like, "So you're full-time protogen now? You're not deer anymore?" And I was like, "Yep."
Full-time proto.
I've hung around protos long enough. The more I hung out with them and saw how kind of weird they were, how weird they were, I was like, oh,
okay.
I understand now. Oh, I understand. Hi.
I understand.
AKA very ADHD. Hi. We all tried to grab water just once, admit it. Absolutely. That's why we have to put it in the bottle so we can physically grab it. Then we just, if we have fun with it, we like that and watch it go spraying everywhere. And then good luck collecting it and putting it back in the bottle.
Oh, true.
You know what? You think about it in the greater overall, in the larger sense, when you squeeze it out of the bottle and it goes into the air like that, it evaporates. And because of the water cycle, eventually it'll return, and someday it'll end up in a spring probably where it goes back in the bottle. So you will, in some respect, still be able to rebottle that water even when it goes out in the air. It just takes a longer time and it's a little bit more of a roundabout process. But still, see, this is why I'm a protogen now.
Yay.
Jesus.
Science.
Science.
Oh.
Speaking of, I'm gonna grab a drink. Bye.
Lol. Yes, sir.
I'm sure you have another question in there somewhere.
Many more. No.
So many more.
Yeah, we're only like 10 out of 50. No, I'm kidding. I don't have that many. I have at least like 13 or less than 10, I think.
The mainline point questions, yeah.
Yeah. What are your proudest achievements or moments in life so far?
It's gonna be a very obscure one.
Yeah.
It's squeezed harder with all right face. Oh my god.
Ghost. Oh my word.
There's an award that I got from my school, and this was in middle school, and in the 7th grade, my motivation was my intellect, whatever, study habits. My study habits were bad. Getting me motivated because I had ADHD, and this is before they medicated kids for the most part. So I was disengaged, and I didn't get a lot of my assignments done. I was a smart enough kid to be in honors programs, AP stuff, and I just didn't deserve to be there because I wasn't doing the work. They recognized that and kicked me out of the programs, and I got pissed off about it. And the one thing you don't do is get me pissed off about something. Hi, watch me in Beat Saber. Don't get me pissed off about something because I'll double down and come at it harder. So I went from like a C- average in 7th grade. I was barely hanging on.
Yeah.
Like they recognized they needed to spur something in me. So getting me pissed off, flip that C into an A+++. Like I carried a 4.3 GPA for the entire year just to prove that I could do it because they had pissed me off enough to do it.
Right.
And because of that, at the end of the year, and I didn't know this was even a thing, if you were in the top 10% of your classes, you got a certificate from the teacher to show that you were in the top 10% of the class. And all through the day, they kept giving me certificates. If you were their top 3 students, they gave you a medal. So I got a medal from, I think, a couple of teachers. And
nice.
that was me thinking, oh man, there we go. an entire year. It all came down and then everything's great. And then they called my name at the end of the assembly. There's an award that they give for the most improved. It's not just the most improved student. It's voted on by the entire faculty for the one student who stood out. And this is across all the faculty, even the people you don't have. And they had to agree that this was the most improved student they saw in the entire school, and I got that. And they gave me what they called the CAPER Award, which stood for Cooperation, Achievement, Progress, Effort, and Responsibility. I still have it. It's a neat little plaque. I think I keep it in my cubicle at work. It's either in my cubicle at work or it's somewhere here in the den. I mean, look, the associate degree from college kind of took over the fancy spot on the wall. But that award has still been one of the most unique things that I've ever had, where it felt like I'd spent an entire year, like I'd come home from school, lock myself in my room. I ended up locking myself in the closet for extra concentration, like tiny little welcome to working in an office cube. So I had the music blaring in the background and I just hyper focused on everything I did and knocked all my classes out, no problem. And at the end of the year, the award was cool. And the biggest takeaway I took from that was that I'd spent an entire year busting my ass, ignoring all social stuff, not going out and doing anything fun. I busted my butt for it, and all I got was a really cool plaque. And that's not to be like, oh, I'm not
wasting your time with
plaque
education
at all, but
SMH.
Yeah, it was kind of the whole thing of, wow, I've burned an entire year of my life to get a plaque. And I was like, I'm not doing this again. So my average came down after that in school, but I was still motivated enough to, do well in classes and all, mostly because I had to for the sake of being able to move on to college and do a degree. But I learned how not to try hard, that you didn't want to be constantly driving to the point that you're just going to burn yourself out, because that's all I am learning. That at a young age is really important. So it was nice to have that. Bambi Man, hi.
Hello, Bambi.
What? Teacher doesn't let us listen to music, but I don't give one singular fuck about the rules. Sorry, secretly. So it's the music. Do that. So
Music's amazing.
With pizza delivery. When I was doing pizza delivery in college, the round table I worked at, which is one of the West Coast pizza chains, they provided the cars to us. And for some reason in their insurance, for the sake of distraction or something, we weren't allowed to listen to the radio. So we were told not to listen to the radio. None of us obeyed that, and we listened to it anyway. They were on to us doing that. So then they advanced stage. Our manager, because he was kind of a car guy, he went in and pulled the antennas off the cars. Like there's a disconnect between the radio and the antenna in the center console. I know how to put that back together. So every shift I'd go out there, rip the panel off, plug it back in, slap it back together, and then go do my routes. And at the end of the night, I'd pop it open, unplug it again, and slap it back together. And other drivers became aware of this, so I had to give a little clinic on how to reattach the radio antennas. And I caught heat for that. Not direct heat, but there was a lot of, somebody taught them how to do the thing. Don't do that. And I'm like, okay. the thing that, like, I was trying to keep it on low key, not getting in trouble, and I didn't have the radio on. Our district manager he was apparently in the neighborhood, and I pulled up to a stoplight, and I'm on his left. District manager's in his car on the right. It's hot out, windows are down, so he doesn't say anything. And one of our other drivers, who I taught this trick to, pulls up on the right side of him, so he's now in the middle of two of his delivery drivers. I'm playing by the rules. The guy in the car next to us on the right comes up playing the hardest, loudest fucking metal in the car, just blaring away, and my district manager's sitting there, and I'm just like, oh God, don't notice. Please don't notice, because I'm going to get in trouble.
Right.
Because the district manager wasn't an idiot. He knew that I was the guy who was doing that.
Prank him, John.
I'm going to lose my chat. That's the pop out. What? Here, let me close the pop out, and then I'll reorganize it. Boom, boom, boom. OVR toolkit being weird, I think. Yeah. See if I can get it to come back. There it is. Okay. Ta-da. Why do Americans speak English and not England? We should speak American English, you think? Please, Americans don't even speak English well. They don't spell it, they don't speak it right, they make a mess.
Well, there's Old English, there's New English, there's England English.
I tell you, for that college degree, sitting there trying to go through Intro to British Lit, or Intro to American Lit. That's what it was, and it had like Puritan stuff in there. And oh my
Right.
god, the way that they spoke, none of it made any sense, even with translation, because that stuff's old enough. You have to translate it. It does not speak like normal English, and especially phonetically, it's not the same thing at all. So it was a tough class to try to get through, and with the timing of it all, I had to drop the class. But yeah, it's
Sounds about
what
right.
it is. Yeah.
It is what it is.
You're so much cute. You say, hi.
Welcome. I speak Russian. No proof. I mean, what?
I never did get into well, I kind of tried to get into a second language. I did 2 years of French in high school, but none of it. Some of it stuck, but not enough to be
I disliked French,
conversational.
so I kind of just like, no thanks.
I took it with the idea that I'd go to France and visit one day, and that never happened. I did take they had a split course where you could do 9 weeks of Spanish, 9 weeks of French to figure out which one you'd like more. And I did that one. That was in junior high, and then by high school, I was like, no, I'm going to pick French.
Vive la France.
I remember my French one teacher, Madame Cabell. She had a wonderful system of making sure that you were taking care of yourself after exams, because if you did dumb mistakes, she would pass around, you can probably get in trouble for it now, pass around a foam bat in the classroom, and you were allowed to beat yourself over the head for your mistakes.
Great.
I used it a lot. Well, I'm pretty sure she couldn't get away with that today. I don't think they'll allow that kind of thing.
No.
I mean, she's either retired. Well, honestly, that was a long time ago. She's either retired or dead at this point.
Yeah.
3 years of Japanese in high school, even went to Japan on a trip, barely remember any of it. Yeah, if you don't use it in like practical application, you're not going to remember or retain any of it either. You want proof? There we go. See, there's proof.
I mean, that could be Google Translate,
Maybe.
for all we know.
It could be Google Translate. You're being
Google
distrustful.
Translate, huh?
Yeah.
How do we know we can trust your ghost, huh?
Close that and restart the pop-out. Seems like it's just kind of breaking on the pop-out thing.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that much. No, does that a lot. Yeah. there
Yeah.
we go. But I check while I'm over here. How long we been going? Oh, we're also at 2 hours. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Told you I'd be able
Very
to yak for a while.
Oh yeah, it's all good. I had some interviews that go on for 2 hours, some less, whatever. Doesn't
If
matter.
it gets
to
into
me.
story time, you know I go forever.
Yeah. Do you have any interesting or unique talents or skills you would like to share?
I play Beat
Oh,
Saber
none?
somehow
Okay,
and be
no.
good at it, despite being old.
That's a pretty good talent.
My unique talent is my pain threshold, apparently.
How much you could tolerate
my-
in
my
your old
pa-
age?
my appendix burst, and I remember I was still in pain, and they kept asking me from a 0 to a 10, where are you at on a pain scale? And I'm like, I don't know what a 0 is, and I don't know what a 10 is. So I kept saying 5 the whole time through, and I was in a lot of pain. And it finally, when it actually popped, I think I remember by that time I was on the gurney and they were about to put me in the OR, and the nurse came by and he asked if I wanted anything for the pain. And that was when I think I grabbed hold of him. I said, yes, I need something, anything, because I think it did burst before they got it out of me. So I think that's when it popped, because the pain just went right through the roof. I'm like, oh, there's the 10. And then when I was at home recovering, I wanted to get up from the couch, but because family furniture, I was using grandma's old couch, and it had been worn enough that it you sunk into it, and you had to like climb up out of it. So me being worked on with the appendix, you can't sit up anymore because they got through all the muscles in there. So yeah, appendicitis, I had it apparently, and I couldn't get up off the couch.
Yeah,
so
that's
in
painful.
ever brilliant fashion, I grabbed my leg and I flung it over myself to get momentum to go off the couch. And I remember going down on all fours, just boom, straight down, and everything went black. And I wasn't unconscious, but I couldn't see anymore. I'm like, oh, I don't know what that is, but there's 11 out of 10 on the pain scale. And I had to take a minute just to recollect myself. I'm like, okay, now I know where on the scale, I know where my limit is.
Yeah.
Probably how I got away with playing hockey for so long, despite, I took a bunch of bumps like everybody does. Part of what screwed up my knee. I went into the wall wrong, lost my edge, went into the wall wrong. My ankle hit first, and my body rolled up over my ankle, and everything just stacked up. And
Yeah.
I got back up without I couldn't feel my knee anymore. Like it was totally numb. And I thought, well, it couldn't have been that bad. I looked over at my bench and everyone on the bench was going, oh, like they turned their faces because they looked so horrifying to them. I'm like, okay, so it was bad.
So I don't
All
think
right,
it was
gotcha.
gushing out blood. It's just kind of like looks bad.
Yeah, no medical coverage, so I'm like, I'll just shake it off. Everything will be fine. And it took like 15, 5 to 10 minutes, something like that. Feeling started coming back in my knee, and I went back out there and skated more. And the captain for the other team had seen me do it, and he tried to blow my knee out by pressing into the side of my knee. And I didn't. I took egregious offense to that. So I put my arm around his head, around his neck, and then I just kind of fell forward, and I dropped on top of him, full body weight, because I'm 200 plus pounds. I dropped on top of him, and just boom, came down on him, and bulldogged him into the boards, which is dangerous as fuck to do, by the way. But I was mad at this dude, so I knocked the wind out of him by falling on him, and then I smack his head into the wall too, and
that's probably a penalty.
I got 2 minutes for roughing. Oh yeah, I got 2 minutes for roughing. That's all I got. The thing is, he got 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike because he came up screaming at the ref. He didn't even take a swing at me. He wanted to, but he was screaming so much at the ref. The ref's like, "You go sit in the box too," and I'm like, "Good."
That's great.
I exacted physical pain, and I own some real estate in your head now.
Right.
Fun when you get to do that with somebody.
That's a pretty unique
Dislocated
skill.
your knee, getting into bed once, pretty embarrassing injury. I hate that. Injuries will be like that sometimes. They just kind of happen doing the most basic stuff. Cosmic High, welcome back.
Yeah, injuries typically tend to do that. Be the most embarrassing thing ever.
What's it trying to do with these windows now that they're overlaid? It's being weird about it. You can spread those out so they don't be so weird. And there it goes. Maybe that'll make it. Yeah, that makes it happier.
Yay. I use Access Overlay
Your
ever
toolkit
since
probably
my
needs-
friend. Ever since my friend recommended me Access Overlay, I've been liking it ever since. So I don't know if it's a better alternative, but it's whatever.
Like the most odd hockey play that I ever had was me playing defense. That somebody came from around behind the net, threw a puck up at head level, and my stick was kind of up high, and it hit the shaft of my stick just right that it hit that, then deflected backwards back behind the goalie and into the net, and my goalie had no idea that the puck had even gone in. Like I had no idea because I was out in front of the goal line. No, I was behind the goal line. That's right, I was behind the goal line. So I was like, how did that just hit my stick and go into the net? And I watched in the air. I remember watching it curve, and because it was cupping at the air, it literally curved forward and backward under the bar like that. It rolled in midair under the bar, and it counted as a goal. And I didn't know how to explain that to my goalie. Like, how does that even happen? But apparently it did.
Magic.
Hockey's fun like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The magic of hockey, especially when we're in a non-check league and some little dude got mad at me because he didn't like the fact that I was shoving him around. He was playing down in our league because he was a skill guy and he was trying to run points up, so I took offense to that and smacked him around a little bit. And he saw me in open ice, and I saw him. He gave me that look, like, I'm gonna wreck this guy, and I outweighed him probably by about 100 pounds. So he puts his head down, and I can see he's coming at me, and I squared up just before he hit. Like, I locked in place, and he hit me and just boom, straight down. But he was trying to go through me, and it's like, nah. Wasn't gonna happen. He learned. I think that was the same game where I'd gotten tired of him being a show-off, and I accidentally lost my footing and smacked him into the wall hard. Like, I locked one foot to the boards and swung around and pancaked him full body weight into the wall, and it didn't count as a penalty on me because I lost my balance. It was intentional. I squished him. And then he actually went to the box for it. He got unsportsmanlike because he's the one who took a swing at me. He came up off the ice. He's like, we're full face cage. You're not going to hit me with a punch. So he hit me in the face cage, and the ref saw it, and he's like, you're going to the box for 2 minutes. I'm sitting there just laughing my ass off. Yeah. Again, smashed him into the wall and got away with it.
Yeah.
It's fun when you get to own somebody's space in somebody's head like that. No, you're stuck on ads.
Well, for 30 seconds,
say
and
something like that.
ad's done. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry bot, you can do exclamation mark ad timer, and then sorry bot just automatically says. Thought it was pretty cool.
My counter for breakfast help. That was embarrassing because your dad saw. Yeah.
right?
I don't know if I ever woke up that exhausted. I remember as a kid, because I had the not like super fancy bed when I was a kid, but it had a footboard. I don't think anyone has a footboard on their bed now. They might, but you know, for the most part, I think most people go
I
without.
never heard of that until now. A footboard.
So you got the headboard and the footboards at the other end, and I don't know how I ended up backwards, but I went to bed the proper way, and in the morning I woke up looking at my ceiling, head tilted back, and I had this horrible pain in my neck, and then I realized I'd somehow 180'd in bed completely and stretched. My neck was hanging over the footboard, so my head was hanging loose. Like, I don't know how I turned around fully in bed and then did that and fell back asleep. I had no idea.
You can't sleep like a cat.
You repeated the same message. I saw that. I saw it. I read it.
Yeah, we saw the message.
We were just
All
talking
good.
about it. Hit back before you'll go. There you go.
Yes,
Wow.
sir. We always like the head pats.
Any other burning questions?
Yep. A few more. How do you handle challenges or setbacks in your life? You probably have a
Get
bunch
mad
of
at
those
them and
by
then I
now.
go, oh yeah. Well, Mom's place burning down was definitely a challenge. Let alone the long-term effect of her being 5 minutes down the road and constantly being in my life now when she's not supposed to be.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, setbacks. I just get mad at them and go at them. Actually, me getting mad at them is the worst thing because then I really dig in on them and I shouldn't. But you know, I'm just used to it at this point that like I don't dream anymore. It's all just nightmares, and usually when I end up with nightmares, I just fight back in those nightmares because I'm used to having to do that because it's all you can do about it. You just kind of learn you got to punch your way out. It's not necessarily a great narrative, but
No.
it's how I function with it. Forest high. Stretch your legs, they're sore. You want to get up and walk, go do it. You don't have to, I mean, you can lurk or you can wander. Dislocated your elbow at school. I don't think I've ever done it. No, that's right. It was either bone bruise or something. He had no medical coverage, and I used to block slap shots in hockey too, which seems like the cool thing to do if you're playing defense. So I leaned down, and a guy took a slap shot, and it hit my glove. And there's Kevlar in the top of the finger, but not a lot. So I had a welt on my finger the size of my finger for a while, and I don't know what that was. I never got it looked at. It did go away eventually. But yeah, he basically almost took my finger off with a slap shot. After that, I stopped blocking shots because I remembered I wasn't supposed to, I'm not getting paid for it. We had guys that would come into the league that they'd come in out of the skating classes and they're like, what's the first thing I'm supposed to remember? I said that you're not getting paid for this. And they'd go, oh yeah, you're right. So they'd learn to back it off a bit. Guys come in with a try-hard energy of, I want to be an NHL superstar. Dude, nobody's scouting us. You're not going to get the NHL from this.
Yeah. I remember having a team like pretty good. I wasn't good at all at hockey, but my team would be like, oh, we're like second place in the finals. It's like, how did we even get here? I'm not that good.
I was never a skill guy. It was funny when I played in Smash's league. The Bay Area, the Furries had more or less a team in the Bay Area, and I subbed in on one of those one day, and I got a hat trick. I think it's legitimately the only time it is the only time I've had a hat trick. And because of it, they thought I was a skill guy, that I'd come in specifically to help rig the team. It's like, you literally don't understand. This is the only hat trick I've ever had. And the thing that pissed them off the most, the third goal, was because their goalie was terrible and he kept leaning forward in the net. So I came up from behind. I was like, I've seen this done in the NHL. I think I can do it. I just flipped the puck onto his back. It hit him, and he automatically goes, huh? And stands up, and he shrugged it into the net. And they felt that was me showing off. It's like, I just wanted to try it because it seemed like it would work.
Yeah,
and
right.
It did. But I wasn't a skill guy, and politics being what it is, there was a team I was captain of because they thought it would be cute to name me captain. I didn't ask for it. They just liked my leadership skills because I tell stories and whatnot. So they made me captain. And we got to the league finals because we had three guys that came in out of roller, and they were all kind of ringers. They were really tight-knit guys, and we lost that game, but we were close enough at the end that they benched all of us. Those three guys just took every shift and skated the whole period and made us sit because they wanted to be assholes about it. at the end of that, they booted me off as captain of the team. So I had to strip the C off my jersey and everything to make the jersey usable. I was pissed off about it. We ran into them the next year. We were doing the playoffs, and they were the team we faced. I scored the goal that eliminated them from the playoffs, and I laughed about it. I'm not a goal scorer. I think it's the only goals I ever scored that got them.
Yo.
It was fun. They hate me. As they should. Those guys are assholes. They deserved it.
Exactly.
Half of the class when I zoned back in, my teacher called on me. I was so scared. I get that. I used to get that too. I had a history teacher who was more interested in talking baseball. I'm not a baseball guy. So I zoned out hard in his class. I didn't learn anything. That was the C average year. Yeah. Now I remember why I had the C average. Keep your kid, if you're teaching them, keep them engaged.
Exactly. Sounds about right. Are there any goals are you currently working towards?
Other than retirement.
Okay, perfect.
Retirement, and I mean, realistically, I'm not trying to hit partner here, but if the opportunity's there, I'm not gonna ignore it. You know, if we end up pulling those kind of numbers and it's there.
I guess is the question.
Oh, I forget what we were supposed to name it. We had a discussion. I think Darkin had come up with a name that we were gonna have some really stupid name for it. We can't do Salt and Pepper now because Diffuse took that one for the old farts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd do something stupid as far as a team name. Yeah. If I even bothered to, right. And I don't know what I'd do with it. Like, I'm on the Aurora, but it's honestly, it's Electro's friend group, and we don't do anything as a group. There is a server for it, but it's kind of nice. I like the way that this team's set up, that it's no pressure. It's just a bunch of friends. We're all nice to each other. We're all good folks with each other, and it's kind of a buddy group. I don't know if Volt's his other team, and I don't know if he does much with it. Cody, I think, is on Volt. But it seems, and Keats on Volt too. You know, it's akin to it, but I think it's more the adult. It's not even adults, just the people that are more on like a professional arc, I think, with it. So, yeah, it's what he does with it as far as teams, but I don't know what that teams don't really get you much around here. You know, like you're still buddies.
Just there, cosmetic.
I tried for
a badge.
I put in for VFR twice before I just realized it wasn't my speed, like, let alone the fact that I wasn't going to get in there. Cause I've met Whiskey a couple times, and it's not like we have a cordial relationship or anything. We've talked, but I think he largely forgot me, or I'm just not his speed, whatever. And I realized I wasn't going to get on that team, and I realized that team doesn't fit what I do anyway, so it didn't become important. But it hasn't stopped me from being friends with easily half the people on VFR, and now that there's 160 members, I swear I know half the people on that team, if not more, and I keep finding out that a lot of them lurk in the channel sometimes, and they don't say anything, but it's just kind of cool to know that, like, I don't have to be on the team to be friends with them, and that's, you know, an important lesson
that's the important
on here, that
too.
You stick with what you do, people are going to like it. As long as you're happy with it, be happy with it, and maybe they just show up for the vibe or something, but you don't need the fancy branding and the fancy label to make it work.
No.
It helps, but you know, it depends ultimately what you want to do with it. And the people that are on VFR for the most part are doing that. Some of the people that came in on the last wave, they're smaller streamers still. They're not big time streamers. I don't know if they have any desire to be, but they're people that are just driven to do more with what they've got.
I wasn't sure how VFR exactly
cursed
works, so I'm just kind of like, am I even going to be able to get in if I wanted to?
The most cursed thing I've tasted, oh god, durian fruit. Somebody brought durian fruit to BLFC. Actually, you know, it was really good at first. The aftertaste is death.
Oh no.
And well, that, and when my brother and I found a bag of Hall's cough drops that, I mean, this is before Amazon delivery. I don't know why I was sitting on the neighbor's porch, but my brother and I found a bag of Hall's cough drops, and we thought they were candy, and we ate the entire bag, and boy, did that that was not a fun experience. You're a little bit sick.
Right.
Didn't throw up, but it wasn't pleasurable. No. Tasted Febreze, that is not cursed. You didn't eat Tide Pods, at least. They're not like little candy pods or anything. Look, there was a time I had to question whether people would do that.
Honestly, if you ever had a Tide
Actually-
Pod or anything, you should question yourself more than anything.
Oh,
Why are we here?
yeah, durian
Just
fruit
to
was definitely the
suffer.
worst one. Yeah, Tide Pods. People were doing that. Remember when
Yeah, they were doing that.
Majura, to blame people,
What, was
Majura
it
made that Tide
2020s?
Pod pizza video. Yeah, it was sometime back then. He made the Tide
2020,
Pod
2019,
pizza video,
2019?
and people
Yeah.
bought into it, started eating Tide Pods.
They would do that as a challenge.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that was on trending for a while too,
Yeah.
which was stupid.
It's almost as bad as the cinnamon challenge, where they take the table,
Oh
like a
my.
tablespoon of cinnamon, and
That
stick that in their
challenge.
mouth. You can die doing that
Yeah,
because it aerates, it blocks your lungs, and because it's dry powder, when it gets in the lungs, it turns nasty. So don't do that.
yeah.
Or do it, and then you don't have to worry about anything else after you fuck up and you die. But
Yeah.
that's just me saying that. Yeah, don't do the thing. But if you do, record it so posthumously we can be like, haha, that's amazing. But they died?
Who
Move on.
cares? No, okay.
Look, religion
As
is
they
a
say,
village
it's
idiot
taking care of
sometimes.
one less loose end. You know. Anyway.
This podcast, look, it's rare that I get to do this kind of style, the podcast sort of thing. I like the vibe of
Yeah.
it. So I was
Always like
trying to
podcasts.
encourage you with the Q&A to treat it more like a podcast thing.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is just more fun when it does that.
And I love the idea
Natural
too. And
selection.
I was just
Very.
like, sure, I like trying something new.
I should have looked at your other videos so I could be hypercritical of your Q&A style and just be like, oh, you shouldn't have done it that. No,
Should have done that.
come
How
down hard
dare
on
you?
you. I'll learn you later. You'll eventually figure it out.
Become cranky this entire thing. It's all just criticism. Change of pace,
Not
huh?
that cruel and mean usually. Sometimes I am that mean and cruel, especially with work stuff. Oh my god, some of the dumb things I've caught people doing at work. I beat them up over it. But we've got pictures of when we do on drawings. We'll put a detail circle, like you put a 1 with a circle and an arrow pointing at a thing, because it means go to another page and look for the detail of how to do this thing. And there's pictures that were in the office for a while of one of the work sites where they had a very literal crew, and they actually drew the circles in. They formed them into the ground. So the floor slab
Yeah.
had a 1 with a big circle and an arrow pointing. It's like, what kind of an idiot are you? that was a visual interpretation, but you made it. Oh.
How'd you do that? Anyway. People these days.
Who's your friend there? Which one? Project?
Huh?
That's coming from my chat.
Oh,
They're
hi.
in the title. They're in the title.
Tho-
Go click
Thomas
on the
is
thing
in
and
the title,
follow
too.
them.
No, click on the
Yeah.
title here and follow. And we will reach our follower goal. Okay, then. Thanks.
But they already
Thank
follow
you,
me.
Daco.
Like everybody already follows me because I've got a big, huge number.
Oh my word. Now I have to set a new goal. Hold on. Let me set that new goal.
Dakota! Hi.
Start a new goal.
It's kind of fun doing the follower goal thing when it hits those.
Oh, yeah,
I think
I
at this
need my own
point, yeah, I've
kind
got
of
them set at
alert for
500
it.
block.
I feel like I
I,
need my own
it took me the longest. It took me the longest time to put a VIP alert in because I kept forgetting. Every time it happened, I wouldn't notice people were redeeming it. So now I've at least got an alert that when people redeem on VIP, I hear it. So at least I realize it's happening.
Yeah. And there's your new goal.
It's just one of those things I didn't think about it. Plus, when I originally set that
And thank
VIP
you all
goal,
for following for 700 followers. Yes, sir. Anyway.
it was far enough out of reach that I didn't expect people to actually be doing the follower, that they would do the VIP thing. Follow the bouncing title, got it. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Stupidest thing I have done.
So the next question I
You-
do
you-
have
you do your
is
question,
kind of
yeah.
an interesting one, which I don't know if you'll have an answer for, but we'll
when
see.
I'm in fursuit, that's not fair.
What is your philosophy on life, and do you have any guiding principles?
At this point, I mean, I very much live with the concept of you can't take it with you. Like, I watch so many people, again, the 8th grade thing, circling back,
Yeah.
where I watch people burn out and just go nuts. After mom lost her place, she was probably down to $20,000 to her name when she bought the trailer. Like, she has no retirement. She worked when dad divorced, made the divorce happen. Mom had not been, she'd been out of the work field for the longest time, stay at home mom. She started way too late, no savings, no nothing. She's totally
Oh,
dependent
that
on
actually
Social
sucks.
Security. That's surprisingly normal. A lot of people will never have
Oh,
retirement
that's
because they're
normal?
gonna just be
Okay.
just on Social Security. Yeah, and
Interesting.
having
I
that
would have never thought
happen.
of that.
Well, the thing is, like when her place burned down, she got a big settlement. She got a 6-figure settlement from PG&E out of that, which she's collected a lot of
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
And she went from basically having nothing to she has enough money to buy a house somewhere. She refuses to leave because, then she'd be far enough away from me that she couldn't be harassing me every day.
Right.
But I watch how nuts she is about guarding that money and not spending it. She complains about every little thing that she has to spend money on. It's like, you have the means and you do nothing but complain about it. And she has been ever the example of complains about the neighbors, pisses and moans about everything anywhere, like hate. I swear guile is what keeps her going, and I see her do that, and I'm like, that's the biggest lesson to me. If your parents are going to feel like they're kind of being burdensome and a problem, you look at what they did wrong and try not to follow that example. So like dad,
Yeah, that's what I try
ran
to
and
do too. Yeah.
he ran and hid from everything that ever got difficult with him, including trying to raise me. And mom has just been forever driven by hate. How are you? What did you do this time? I sat down and started letting this one interview. Bacon called bacon and cookies.
Forceful
called
interview.
cookies when you cook bacon and bake cookies. Bookies and cabin. I'm saying it like that because I know you want it said like bacon. Yeah.
Bacon.
But yeah, it's that try hard energy for chasing after what? Like, how many times people talk about the concept of wanting to be a millionaire and what are you going to do with the money? And growing up, I grew up in the Bay Area. Before, well, it was still mostly ranch stuff. It kind of grew into what it is now, where it's the big monster with the big money and all that kind of stuff. And you see fancy cars all the time, and kids grow up being obsessed about, like, I want to own that Lamborghini someday. I want to own a Ferrari. And at some point, my brain said, I'm never going to afford that car, so I'm not going to lust over it. I'm not going to see it and go, God, I really wish I had that car. I don't care about it. I'm going to aim for something more within, like, my means. Like, there's Mustangs I want. Those are fine. I can go after those. That's a realistic goal for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just, it taught me to dial it back. So philosophy-wise, that's why when people find me off stream that I'm kind of laid back and I end up being, even before streaming, I've always said I'm the fandom confessional. I know secrets that I must take to the grave with me, that people come to me with stuff because they feel like they can just use me as a sounding board, and I appreciate that. That's
yeah.
It's an immeasurable level of trust to have people come in and tell you things that they know they are going to stay just between you, just for the sake of having the conversation, because they need to have the conversation.
That's like next level.
And that's a great level of trust, and I appreciate that people see that kind of thing and go with it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You sound like my mom with money. She did her best to spend as little as possible on something. Of course, that only meant cheap thing. You bought or built something cheaply just means you have to rebuy it again soon. I hate the notion that, she's 88 this month, and she's sitting here on a good chunk of money. And when I finally pressed her about it, she said something to the effect of, well, there will be nothing left for you, which gnaws at me when she does that. My dad was the same thing. He came here once. I hadn't talked with him in years, and he came down here to discuss his will and who was going to get his tools. And it's like, I have bought better tools than what you have. My tools for car work are better than what you have because I worked in a car shop. I needed better tools than your stuff. I don't want your stuff. Can we just have a dinner without making it complicated? And it turned into complicated. And, I'm getting the same thing with mom where she says, there will be nothing left for you. It's like, hi, I'm making 6 figures a year. I've got a retirement fund. And, I've got a 401k and I'm fine. I've got a house and I pay for all the stuff.
that you could technically go for? If they even
she'll ever bother to fill in her will.
Yeah.
No, she wants it all to go to me, but if she doesn't do it, which I can't get her to convince to do, my brother might fight for it. I have no idea, but it's just the idea that she's sitting there on
fighting for it because they want that, don't they?
It's her money though. She needs to spend it. She doesn't go on vacations. She's never gone on vacations.
Take her to a fur con.
My butt. I thought about taking her to Hawaii, but I don't want to do it because I know she's going to find something to complain about. If her entire life is bitterness and hate, then I'm not. I found out she was racist, and as a kid, that never happened. No, she drops N-bombs
Yeah,
all the time
wow.
now, and not in a colloquial way. It's she has legitimate
A
hate for
way
them.
to get
and-
canceled on Twitch, real quick.
And she, I cornered her on it one day, just like, where did this come from? Why are you this way? And she explained that some substitute teacher, like the most random, maybe she's going senile, I don't know. She said the most random thing, that it was a substitute teacher in her high school class, and some big
High
black
school?
dude
Why are you
from the
thinking about
football
that?
team. Because she was in the 50s, and
Oh,
some big
okay.
black dude from the football team hauled off and punched the teacher in class. And she says, "That's why I hate them." And I'm like, huh? Run that by me again? Excuse me?
Are you okay?
This is family. I have to put up with this. I don't want to, but this is why she pisses me off when she comes around and does this kind of stuff. And
Oh yeah.
she hasn't gotten to the point she drops it entirely randomly in conversation, but yeah, she's racist as all hell. I'm learning that now. Ugh. Why are you even okay? Look, at this point, I gather that it's just I'm assuming you're just doing trolling stuff, because this is just complete grandeur and stupidity. I don't know what you're here for, and I don't know what you're looking for. If you're looking for reaction or what, or I mean, you're welcome to sit and chill. I'm not going to respond to some of this stuff. If it's just off the wall stupid, I'm just going to ignore it. You can keep repeating it until at what point the mods decide to do something with you. Hi.
That kind
My
of
grandmother was fine until she went crazy. No. We time out first. Unless somebody says something that just is worthy of instantaneous ban. But I mean, usually it's up to the streamer to do. I'm just saying, you know. Look, there's a lot of streams where you can be weird and just go for reaction. This ain't one of them. I'm old guy and I talk a lot.
Noted.
This is what I do. The general rule is still, and I don't think I've had to beat on the mods too much about it here, but the general rule is you just time out and or warn, and then it's up to the streamer to decide the ban, unless, like I said, it becomes an immediate thing. But yeah, we're a big channel. I hate admitting that. We're a big enough channel, and I've bought people before that's like, sorry, your follow isn't worth it, bye. Just boot them out. It's a big platform. Trust me, I looked when I looked at those advanced stats, and it mentioned there were like 91,000 streams live right now. It's a big platform. There's lots of other places to go and hide.
Are they like one of those people that drop
a
a follow and they expect you to follow back? Are you talking about
the biggest streamer on Twitch, Kai something or other? Like, I don't watch his stuff, but he shows up on the front page all the time. When it was showing the statistics, the biggest streamer on Twitch is holding 2.6% of the audience right now. That's huge. That's a big number out of, it's like 2 million live viewers, but 2.6%. That's it to the top streamer.
Wow.
It's a big platform. Don't ever get it stuck in your head that you're just like, I'm the biggest person on here. I got a huge draw. It's 2.6%.
Right.
Yeah, Kaisen, there you go. You bopped them for it? I didn't say to bop it. They were being good. Yeah, whatever. If they're here, they're here.
It is what it is.
Hi, Twitch, by the way.
Yes, hello, Twitch.
Yeah, at any size it isn't worth it. That's like, don't be stressing your own stream. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
They were timed out bad. I know. They were timed out. And like I said, they were behaving. I gave them verbal warning, and they seem to be going with it. Just patience. Let the process work. Let it
system's
slow
in
cook.
check.
They've said some things that were kind of fun to react to, but yeah.
Yeah. I guess we can move on.
Yeah, we can move on.
Yeah. Can you describe a time when you stepped out of your comfort zone and what you learned from it?
Spicy time. Spicy time. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Me getting dragged into the first, my first gear party, I think, at a con, and realized, oh, you know what? I don't even think it might have been before that. Chiro, because with the house parties that I do sometimes, Chiro, who was the chair of FC for a while, he was doing parties at his house, so he would do Chiro-kun house parties, and I remember staying too late for one of them because I was living out of the Bay Area, so I still had to drive
Right.
home. And I stayed really, really late once. And at some point during the party, they said, yeah, and at 4 a.m. is when naked time happens. And I was just like, ah, ha, 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 it's so funny. And then I stayed till 4 a.m. and everyone was running around naked in the house. I'm like, I'm going home.
Yep. See you later.
I'm done. Bye. And I was not prepared for that.
No.
But, I'm conditioned well enough to it now, but I've gone to gear parties and stuff like that. And at some point I just stopped going because they kept inviting me since I own a lot of, fetish gear. I own latex and leather and all that, the fun stuff,
Yeah.
because I just like the look and I like the way, it gets me into a good headspace. But I go to those parties and there's people doing stuff on equipment and things. They're doing things to each other. And I'm just like, that ain't my speed. I'm not comfortable with it. I'm going to, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
The no God. And
I can see that.
it honestly took me the longest time to admit to it and just be able to have the confidence to tell people no when it's kind of a known thing that you're into the gear and all, and they expect that you're, social circle wise, you're supposed to go to the party. And they would ask me at cons and I would say yes, I'd go to the party, then I'd check out. Now they ask me and I just say, no, I'm not interested. Give the invite to somebody else. I can tell you right now, it's not my speed and I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part of establishing that level of confidence, to be able to say no when it feels like socially you should at least say yes just as a courtesy. It's like, no, if you're uncomfortable, don't be afraid to say you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like the gear, but not the behavior that can occur with it sometimes. I mean, there's certain behaviors that I do like with it, but I identify as ace. I'm just not into it. Like, people try to hit on me and I don't get people that send me the things, the eggplant pics. I don't get any of those. But I'm just not interested in that kind of stuff. Before I deleted the Twitter stuff, I saw some of the people that were following me and I'm like, holy jumping, they're into some stuff that I won't touch. Yeah.
Exactly. I can see that.
You'll follow Ace. Which follow this one? Yes. We'll get you.
What?
Can we get you to 1,000 during this stream? That'd be neat.
My word.
I'm kidding. I don't think that's gonna work. No,
Ping your whole server.
Big rates coming in. And people think I'm into BDSM or bondage just because of how I prefer to adjust my avatars. Absolutely, you're gonna get that. Having the self-confidence to say no straight up is difficult to find sometimes.
Right?
Yeah, especially when
I know a few people that
starts getting in your head. Well, it gets into your head that, is this going to be is it clickbaity? Is it going to get them back on the channel? Is this why they're into it? If this is why I preach all the time about not doing it as a gimmick. Because of emotional damage, no, I preach not doing it as a gimmick, because when people get to know you for the gear that you have, it goes over well on Twitch. The tail cam thing, feet paw cam, like, oh, okay, here's the beans, here's the bean. If that's the thing that gets them in here, that's what they're coming in here for. They need to be in here. I mean, there's the risk of it being the thing that they're coming in here for, and at that point, they're not really getting to know you as a personality. They're getting to objectify you, and it kind of demeans you as a person. And finding the confidence to step outside that and be confident in avoiding the gimmick and just sticking with who you are, that's power. It's difficult to find that sometimes.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
For sure.
A toasted that burns my breakfast toast. Give me French toast. Give me the French toast sticks from Burger King. I don't know why I want the trashy stuff. I go to Denny's for that too.
Trashy stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all just slop in the end. Why bother?
You just enjoy cuddles. Cuddles are nice. I still don't know what to do with them sometimes. I feel super awkward. I've gotten into cuddle piles at cons where people are like, let's cuddle, and we get into a cuddle pile, and because I'm old, my elbow starts hurting. I'm like, we need to roll over. Why? Because my elbow fell asleep, or I'm in pain. Kind of ruins the cuddle thing. I lay down. Oh God, because of my bad back, I was on the bed once, just laying there, and someone was being nice enough. They were like petting my stomach and chest and all, and my back did the thing where it slipped and it popped, and I screeched. I was just like, ah! and they immediately jumped off like, oh God, what did I do? And I was like, it's not you. You're fine. My back. So on the bed, just like, I can't get up. They felt so bad.
It's like you did CPR.
That was a longtime friend too. Twitch, if you're still in the chat, it was Pacer. Pacer was petting my tummy. I scared the hell out of him with that. I felt so bad.
Oh, that's
Denny's,
funny.
Lenny's. I mean, Denny's is a good place to go. And, you know, you don't. The idea is you don't intentionally go there. You just kind of end up there. But I go there for breakfast because I have my reasons.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I like trashy diner breakfast. You know, you gotta have that low grade diner breakfast.
Low grade. Yeah,
Anyone
that's
actually
one way
fell
to put
asleep
it.
in a cuddle pile? I haven't, but I've seen people do it before, which is fun because you start hearing them snore down there. Yeah, you know Pacer. Yeah, he was the one that was just
I
like,
sleep in
because
VR
I was wearing my
sometimes.
wrestling singlet. I was wrestling, wearing a wrestling singlet, and he likes the spandex, so he was petting the spandex tummy, and my back broke.
Snapped in half.
You know, all your cuddling's been in VR, never done anything like that. Yeah. It's still, I mean, I'm not exactly comfortable on the couch over here in the room either, but you know, it's too small for me, but it works. That's why I can do the lay down streams sometimes. The
Yeah.
chair right now works really good for that. You know, danger is I'm in a corner here that if I swing too much, I might hit a candle or something. They're not burning though. Poor ramen though with that biscuit, that sounded like she was like, "Oh, you're on the biscuit thing." Because we hit truck stop Denny's, which is the best. If you're going trashy Denny's, truck stop Denny's, best kind. So it was what 3 or 4 in the morning when we were running you. No, it wasn't even that late. It's like 1 or 2 in the morning, but we ended up with the late night shift, and those biscuits they'd been out for a while, and Ramen's sitting there with a knife, you know, the mildly serrated knife, working on the biscuit, and we can hear. And it's like. Oh, fuck. What did they give you? And she kept sawing, trying to get through it. She had the jamming the fork into it until finally the thing shattered. It's like, this is a biscuit. Yeah?
A biscuit. You think?
Yeah. It was bad.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
1:30 in the morning. I got pancakes at least. They generally can't screw those up unless they burn them. Yeah.
Now,
Unfit
we
for
only
human
have-
consumption. You would think so, but it's Denny's.
Right. We only have 2 questions left, just letting you know.
Oh. No, we're almost at the 3-hour mark. Yeah, I'm kind of chalking along there. I
Yep,
figured
yep,
3
yep.
hours was about where you'd end up. No, we're only 2.5-ish. We can stretch the other 2 for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Kate has gone high. We always say that you don't go to Denny's, you end up at Denny's. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Nobody goes there intentionally. You just kind of end up there.
You end up at Denny's. Last
Yep.
place resort.
You've never heard it mentioned so much in a short period of time. Welcome to my discussions.
Yes. Welcome to Thomas's discussions.
This is how my mind works. It just circles on one thing perpetually until it goes find other thing and spins for a while. So we have the spin mode in there. You go on purpose, but you're old like me, so you know I
Yeah.
go on purpose too in the mornings. This stream's sponsored by Denny's.
Sponsored
Hey,
by-
I go to Black Bear Diner too because they have really good waffles. Denny's doesn't do waffles. If they did waffles, they'd be Waffle House. Then I'd be happy. I wouldn't have to go anywhere else. I'd just Waffle House all day long.
Waffle
See,
House,
we've now
Denny's.
mentioned Waffle House like 4 times.
Yep.
Better Village Inn. I love this breakfast-ish conversation. IHOP isn't even mentioned once. Nobody
True.
cares about IHOP.
IHOP is gone.
Ours burned down in town and nobody cared. Do you like waffles?
What was that
Yes.
again?
Yeah.
Waffles are
yeah.
amazing.
My favorite thing about IHOP before, you know, another random non sequitur, hi, welcome to what my brain does. The
Yep,
menu,
yep.
they've since struck it off the menu, but they used to have something there where it was like pancakes with fruit on it, and they called it the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. So the thing I would do every time we went there was I'd order it, and I said it in the most stupid way I could to make the waitress just like die, and it worked every time. I'm like, I'm gonna have the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, and she, dead. They don't expect somebody to actually be like energetic about saying the name.
That must be great.
It's the little things that matter.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's really about Waffle House that came out today, oh god. Oh, we don't have it on the West Coast. I don't know where it stops technically. We don't. It's not in California. I know that. Not even in LA, because California gets a weird split sometimes, where stuff that only exists on the East Coast ends up in the LA area, and you don't. And how is that idiotic?
Huh? Idiotic.
I'm being accused of saying something stupid and idiotic. Wow.
How dare you?
Wow. We've had a very
Thomas
long
is clearly
conversation.
the
This
smartest
is what
person here. Did you hear his wisdom?
No, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah. Smartest person in the room.
Yep, smartest person in the room. Yes, Mars, you missed
Absolutely.
it all. How dare you?
Hi, Mars. You'll have to check the VOD. Probably. Wait, is mine going to be muted? No, it's not. Except maybe the beginning part. I got to check that part. I like the. Who was I with? I think Phoenix the other day had the googly eyes and they weren't contact related. You got to be able to do this with them. Where the
There's
hell is
also
my
the
brain?
VOD, but I'm also planning to post it on YouTube too. So then it's permanent.
You shall check the VOD. All right. Probably yours is the one better one to check because mine cycle through. Wait, I don't know how often you. No, you stream more often than I do. I think at this point. Hard to say.
I stream 4 a week.
Yeah, well, I stream about 4 times a week too. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be a race to
then
see
that's
whose VOD
average,
gets
I
rolled
guess.
off faster. Yeah.
But I also have Turbo,
Ever been
so
to First Watch? I have not. I'm trying to think what I think it's Minka's Corner is the name of the street corner, but Alice's Cafe in the Bay Area. If you're anywhere near the Bay Area, head up to, if you ever get the chance, go up to Alice's Cafe. It's on Skyline Boulevard in the Santa Cruz Mountains. So you head up there, and it's like the nexus point of the mountains where you got 2 major highways crisscrossing, and all the fun cars and toys that people have, toys that they drive, show up there. So you can be sitting there and you end up with a bunch of Corvettes and classic cars will come rolling through there, and they serve excellent breakfast. They are known for serving excellent breakfast, so it's kind of fun to have them around as a thing, but they're too far away. Like I can't go do that anymore. They're just too far out of the way.
yeah, sounds about
There
right.
we go. My chat window went weird again.
Lovely.
I guess as Waffle House stops at Mississippi River, it might. I did look at some of the western states to see where they are. You're hyped for Sonic 3?
Yo, watch Stream Treat 3. Yo.
VODs also last for 3 to 9 months if you're a turbo user. But I'm not a turbo user. I just make a lot of streams.
Yeah, I'm a
And if
Turbo
I feel like
user.
keeping them like I do have that external
because I had
hard drive,
enough
so
of the
sometimes
ads. So
I'll strip the VOD out and keep it somewhere on the hard drive if I feel like I need to farm it for material later or something. After stream, want to go watch an Indiana Jones movie if Scully's down for it, because he wanted to watch them all in sequence, and we already watched. Well, you haven't seen Raiders yet, right? If you haven't seen Raiders yet, then I can watch that, and it's not getting Scully out of order because he wanted to watch Temple of Doom next. I still haven't decided if I'm going to try to drag any of that stuff into stream, because technically you can show that kind of stuff on stream, but you have to talk over it and do an MST3K style thing where it's talking like this with it in the background kind of thing. You can get away with it, but it's a little iffy on whether you can get away with it, and the
This was
channel's big enough
unexpected.
now that I don't know if I could.
Yeah, what basically happens if both chats are collaborating, basically the stream avatars will implement both streams, essentially. So everyone has their own character from stream avatars in there. And you can have a possibility to win the Battle Royale.
Seen Raiders almost like 20 years ago. Then you're probably not that interested in seeing it again. I was experimenting the other day with setting up video because I wanted, and now I have the Indiana Bones avatar with the gun and all. I tried doing a locked shot with the camera, and then I filmed me as Indiana Bones, and then the kobold with the sword as the big guy with the scimitar, and I used the same framing, and then I spliced the two together in DaVinci, and the shot came out seamless. So it was a little experiment to see if I could do it. So I want to set up recreate the shot of Indy pulling his gun and shooting the guy after doing the big sword thing, but I'll probably do it just by myself because I think I'm a better actor. I can do both parts, unless we get someone else who wants to just die. Yeah, I just want to shoot it and
Yeah.
do the film thing. Kai, hi, welcome in. I bugged Kai yesterday on stream. You were doing American fast food and you don't know nothing about it, so I had to hop in and save you. You're welcome. we had a fun conversation. A lot of stories out of that. Everything's got stories.
Oh yeah.
Want a joke? You want a joke?
A
It's
joke?
combined chat. You'll see it.
A double joke? Or is it just one joke?
It'll echo into the. Well, it'll be in here, and then it echoes into the other chamber. Quasimodo walked into this pub. He says, "Scotch whiskey, please," while hunched over. Barman says, "Bell's all right." Quasi says, "Mind your own business."
Lovely.
I had to check out on Kai's stream at some point because I needed to go destroy a salad, which I do still have to do at some point
Destroy a
today, too.
salad. Yes.
Yeah, I gotta be healthy. Oh, I forgot I gotta go to the store tonight. You do not want to be shopping in the store on Thanksgiving Eve and then
Oh, no.
Thanksgiving itself. You know, there's a dead zone for like 3 or 4 days there that
Yeah,
you don't
I
want to
bet.
go shopping anywhere, especially with Black Friday.
Shall we move on
Most
to the
people won't
second
get that
last
joke if
question?
they've never seen Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yes, but you don't have to point that out. Don't do that. Knock, who's there? Crazy dear dad screaming, "Who has
Who's
beer?
Oh my
Who
word.
does have beer? Not me. Not yet. I'll come later. I've been good. I've been doing water. But Striker Wolf, thank you for the follow. Jazz. Do you like
Yo,
jazz?
it's a jazz.
It's a jazz. There it is. I was waiting for it. And so stick out your tush, hands on your hips, give them a push. Don't be surprised you're doing the French mistake. Voila!
Yo.
Couldn't believe how much I can't type with these. Wait, Jazz, did you get your proto done yet? Hold on. I don't think you've seen the inflatable versions yet, because they do exist. Yeah. You swap it around.
Loading up.
Although it doesn't.
There
Like,
we go.
yeah. This one's a fairly simple avatar, but like there's some, there's pull toy lines on it and stuff. They don't really show well in this world just because of the light, but yeah, I mean, pull toy handles, all that stuff.
Yep.
You need help with it? Let me know.
Stay tuned.
I do be one of the sources for it.
Oh,
I have the normals to add the inflatable lines to it. Anyway, what were you doing? You were doing Beat Saber? I thought you started out with something else today. Beat Saber, weird. Who plays that game? Why would they do that?
Yeah,
Not
why
yet,
would you kill
but
your
I need
bodies
to.
for that
Yeah.
game?
That's fair. Well, since I'm gonna be been doing the proto thing long enough, let's make Mars happy and go with the Nardo.
Nardo.
Oh no, I've gone Nardo. I switched through so many things. The funny things, I was hanging out when I was hanging out with Electro a few days ago. Donuts ran into me and he noticed how much I switch avatars and all. He commented, "You're kind of a TF hound, aren't you?" I'm like, no shit. I've had TF related art for 20 plus years.
Wow,
You'd think he would have. He's a busy guy.
I bet.
love the idea that he didn't realize I'm into TF. It's like, come on, I change avatars every 5 minutes, I swear. Velf as well would like the Nardo, of course.
The
Hi,
cool Nardo.
thanks for the raid. Welcome in. This is a little on the unusual side just because Project asked to interview me.
All
You're the
right.
first one to actually ask and follow through, so we've had a lovely conversation
normal
doing
do.
this. And then I do appreciate that we've been able to do this
Yeah.
without it being the spicy conversation, because we Wolf kind of did it when he had me for a chance talking about spicier stuff, the kink related stuff. But that's a different stream, not this one,
Not this.
especially with your audience. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yep.
Don't go down that avenue. Although I could put rubber on this right now. Could. I'm gonna be right. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. Where did it go there? There it goes. See? Shiny.
Whoa.
Ta-da. Oh, look at the shine in there.
Shiny.
Oh, squeak. Just like that. There you go. All right. Now it's gone. And it's gone.
It was there for a
Bolt
second.
Fox,
Gone the next.
hello. Hi. Welcome in. Thanks. Yay, shiny. There's always shiny.
Ooh,
Good at
shiny.
that stuff. Goodbye, shiny. Look, I haven't. No, I mean the gloves are shiny. Sort of, kind of. Oh no, they're not. That's right. I forgot. I made these fishnet ones because they thought they looked cool.
Right.
So I did that. Yeah. Hi. You had another question.
We had last two, and we spent 30 minutes.
I know, and then we had the raid and all the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
distractions, and I
That's
myself
fair.
am the distractions. Thanks for the
You
raid.
are
Hi.
the embodiment of a distraction.
Gonna head out, have fun. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out, blah, 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 and for the follow.
Yes.
Take care. I mean, after stream care matters.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess the second last question would be, who has been the most influential person in your life and why?
In the negative sense, obviously family. In a positive sense, I gotta go way back for it. When I mentioned the me failing in 7th grade and almost failing out of school kind of level of failure, and then 8th grade doing well, my art teacher, Mr. Torquemada, I don't know what he's doing these days. I contacted him a few years ago and he was still alive and out there, but my art teacher was the one person who stuck by me and believed in me to do art and encouraged me to do things. He got me into comic book collecting. I was doing sculpture in his class. I made like a little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sculpture that eventually we realized we couldn't even fire because if you put it in the kiln, it would have exploded.
Oh, lovely.
But it was this little project. I ended up being a teacher's aide for him. That was my 8th grade year. He convinced me to do teacher aide stuff because I'm helpful learning, being teacher kind of person. So he believed in me enough to kind of get me back on track. Again, if you're teaching people and they're disengaged, you got to find a way, especially if they're ADHD. In a day and age when they didn't medicate us for it, you have to find a way to engage them, and he was excellent at it. Like, that was his greatest skill set. Me looking back on it, I appreciate the hell out of the fact that he actually stood up and did the right thing versus the other teachers that would just shut you down and say, well, you're not good at this, go away. And I had a lot of those. I had more of those than the other kind. So he was definitely good at teaching me how to respect myself and believe in myself, and I appreciate that he did that. He was the one that gave me a medal for being in the top 3 in his class. I don't even know if it was top 3 in his class, but
we will never know.
He was ultra super supportive, and he was probably the guy who caught me at the time when I most needed it to be able to get me back on track. I wouldn't be who I am today without him. That's for sure. Yeah.
It built a character.
Oh God, you picked up Ryokan. Oh God, watch out for that one.
Oh no, Ryokan Wolf. I'm terrified.
How's the coffee at this cafe? It's very light. I can barely taste it.
I mean, it's been there for 3 hours. Almost.
My pull toy whisker. Here, let me stir the drink. I'll just lean in.
Stir the
like
drink.
That. Wait, do you think like dragons that have these things? Do you think that they actually do control them like that? No, I've never seen any evidence that they don't. Do they just kind of lean over and the whisker just kind of comes over and starts stirring the drink? Yeah. Do you think they have that kind of skill?
They could.
See, this is where my brain goes. Yeah, they could. Those relationships with teachers can be so wonderful. They're critical. You know, I mentioned before my high school art teacher. I think it was in 10th grade. He told me I couldn't do art, and that shut me down. I had one art teacher who got me into believing I could do art, and that was going to be my whole career path. I'm going to be an artist. And then I had I struggled in this other guy's class, and he told me I couldn't do art, and that's all he told me. He didn't tell me why he meant that. Me as an adult later disseminating that information, trying to figure out what it meant, he was just trying to tell me that I was technically sound. At least I think that's what he was doing. That I'm technically sound, but I'm not the creative type that I'm going to be an artist, which is why I'm now in the career field that I'm at, that I'm good at drawing things. I'm great at drawing buildings, bridges, stuff like that. But imagination wise, I'm not going to draw cartoon characters because, you know, as a kid, I had it in my head that I was going to be a Disney artist. I went through the various stages. As a kid, I wanted to be a railroad locomotive engineer. Realized there wasn't a future in that because you could already tell that the railroad industry was kind of dying off in that respect. And then at some point it flipped into, I love Disney stuff. I want to be an animator for them. And when I realized I couldn't be like an animator, I figured I'd be a background artist or one of the tweeners because I'm good at copying stuff. So I can make little adjustments. I could do the tweener stuff maybe. All that kind of went the wayside when I just realized how much like stage acting. I loved stage acting in school, but it was not something that looked like it was going to pay the bills. Teaching, acting, art, all that stuff didn't look like it was going to produce a solid paycheck, so I kind of veered away from it. I stayed within line on that stuff, but I got away from it.
Yeah.
Hello, evil Nardo twin brother. back with
Hello,
Raising
gamer.
Cane's.
Thanks for
God,
following.
we're getting a Raising Cane's here. I can't wait. I want it.
Yo.
I want to try it. Yeah,
Hype.
I don't think I've ever had it yet. No, I haven't. Come to think of it, I keep hearing good things. I wanted to be a trained driver, then an artist, and had to give up on art in school. I do laugh ironically that I wanted to be an engineer, and here it is, I work in engineering. It's just
Right.
different kind. The whole railroad thing was mostly because my grandfather worked on the railroads anyway when the Great Depression hit. He was part of a caboose crew, because the general maintenance guys would live out of the caboose and they'd travel with the train to do whatever projects, and that was how he survived in the Depression, doing just odd jobs kind of stuff. So there's some
Odd
railroad
jobs.
history in the family.
Yeah. So it's like 10.
Everybody got cool restaurants and I don't. It doesn't matter. We have Final Draft here in town, and that is the best restaurant on the face of the earth. And I will die on that hill. It's good. We go there every week. Ramen will kill anybody that says otherwise. She'll nibble your ankles off because she's kind of short, small, but she'll come at you. She'll be vicious. Not helping. Okay, well there you go. Just
Although I did
circle
enjoy the
back on the
Golden
Denny's
Corral
thing.
when I was over there in the U.S.
I can't remember if it was Golden Corral or Hometown Buffet that I was. Twitch will remember Frisco. He was another old school guy. I don't know where he is these days. I know he's still out there, but he would refuse to drink anything with ice. He would always order Coke, because he's British, Coke with no ice. And like,
Coke with
why?
no ice.
And he explained to me that there was all kinds of, they never clean the ice machines. It's full of bacteria. And all the ice is dirty. Don't want it in the drink. And we were at Hometown Buffet, I think it was, or Golden Corral, one or the other. The two of us were eating there, and they were filling the big buckets with the ice machine that they drop in, and they forgot to take the cover off. And they'd gone up there with the ladder, and they dumped the bucket, and we're sitting on the other side of the machine, and I'm just watching in horror as this sheet of ice cubes comes over the side and just drenches him, and oh my god, I've never seen a human being so annoyed and get brought down by the same thing that he so violently hated. And he was very angry, not so much that he'd been hit, but at the entire process of this existing. He's like, it shouldn't even exist. This is, this wouldn't happen if you were not even using this thing. It's like,
Yep.
Find something else to cry about.
This darn machine.
Blaze Pizza for a short time. I don't even think we have a CPK, the California Pizza Kitchen. I don't think we have anything interesting wise for like pizza.
Yeah.
We get Little Caesars.
Oh, I have Little Caesars here too. Yep.
They're
Want something cheap but
invasive.
not good?
Yeah. You have 30 minutes. This was discussed in Kai's thing the other night when we were talking about fast food places, and I said there's a certain contract you enter with something like Little Caesars. You know what you're getting, and you know what you're going to get at the end of it too. So for 30 minutes, you've got great timing. By tomorrow, you're going to hate life. It's going to come out in colors and consistency that you're not going to be happy with.
No. Exactly.
So violent reaction. Yeah. You still have one left.
Yep, just one.
Just one.
And do you have any favorite quotes or sayings that resonate with you? And that's the last one.
Work related, and it was so stupid that my career has had me stuck. I've been living out of a cubicle for so many years, but it was one of those things.
Yep.
Well, actually, there were a couple of them that worked. One was of all things a Ford advertisement, which was bold moves every day. That was their gimmick to sell product. But it's also not untrue, because I used to be very indecisive about things that I would waffle on decisions a lot, and then at some point I realized I wasn't doing myself any favors. And people to this day will still do that all the time. They consider too many options, get stuck in the middle, and are afraid to make a decision. And I just say, own it. Jump in there, make the bold move. One of them's going to be right or wrong, and you just got to live with the consequences of it, and you adjust to the consequences. Instead of being afraid of making the move because of the consequences, own it, and move on. And that's what I get from their false little advertising thing. But the one that I got from work was, I want solutions, not problems. And from an engineering perspective, from an engineering perspective, it doesn't mean finding problems, because problems are going to exist no matter what. The problem is in solving them. So you've got to come in armed with an option out. You don't come in completely just pointing out saying that thing over there is broken. Yes, we're aware that it's broken. How do we fix it? That's not you're not providing a solution. You're just being part of the problem at that point when all you do is point at it. And it teaches you about the negativity and getting stuck in the negative cycle where everything's just beating you up and there's no way to dig out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that applies on a mental level, a deeper mental level than the physical thing of, hey, this thing broke. That, I crater. I run into my mood swings where I hit bottom and I got to dig my way back out. But, you got to find something to clutch to and grab onto as your point to get back up. Streaming's been pretty good about that for me, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually once I hit go, I can come in here and y'all are great for reminding me that it's fun to do this.
Exactly.
I've had frozen pizzas that are better than Little Caesars. Duh. That's not the point.
You can get it from the
Some
dollar
days
store.
Some days I just want to be cheap and trashy to myself. I won't touch Pizza Hut is trash. but when I'm feeling sick, when I'm feeling sick and just hating myself, I'm like, no, Pizza Hut is exactly the kind of pizza I want. It's 3 hours old, sitting on the shelf. It's warm. It's flavorless. My taste buds are shot anyway from the cold, and I'm like, I want the texture. I want that nasty
pizza.
Pizza texture. You love. Oh God, we're going into this. You love Pizza Hut, right? You
Domino's.
I didn't say Domino's. I said nothing about Domino's. I'll still cuss Little Caesars, damn it. Yeah, it's fine. That's fair.
I mean,
Ocean
Little
Meaning
Caesars
High.
definitely has its fair share.
Yeah. Even the smallest foothold could make a big difference. Yes, especially when you're just trying to dig out. And I feel like my average operating speed is somewhere just above punching through the bottom of the barrel. I don't like having that kind of attitude, but realistically, I definitely have moments off stream where I'm finding myself cursing and bitching about a lot of things and yelling at myself for a lot of decisions, but it's how I process it. Yeah, there's definitely a sensation that my worry going through the day is that I don't want to punch through the bottom of the barrel and then I end up underneath the barrel and it's hard to even get back to the bottom. So like it's rare that I'm up at the top and like, oh, the barrel's totally full and I'm just brimming with energy. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to be that kind of guy. I think that burned out on me a long time ago. Yeah.
Fun time.
So I had Little Caesar. I think their stuffed crust gave me food poisoning. Then it was done properly.
It's done properly. Did it destroy your immune
you
system?
Had Little Caesars? You had Little Caesars and it made you feel sick? Do tell.
Do tell.
Wow. I'm enraptured by...
Yeah.
How unexpected. Being mean. Hello, Cheesehead. Hi.
Hello, Cheesehead.
Meows. Hello, hi. Welcome in.
Yes.
When you put it that way, I can't really be mad. Exactly. Again, you're entering into a contract that you know is going to happen. You know what you're getting into with it. Thanks for the follow as well. John Wick, hi. Oh, I think now we're almost at 3 hours. I might just,
yeah.
This has been fun enough. We're like 15 minutes shy. We can keep yakking for a while. Make it like a 3 hour thing, and then call it.
What usually happen after the questions is we ask the chat if they have any questions.
Oh, that's fair too, because
yeah,
I mean, we're kind of throwing questions in there, but not really. Cause I did title it like you're supposed to get to know your toaster, even before I stop being toaster for the moment.
Because what I usually do is what I would have said at the start, but didn't have time to say it was leave your questions to the end, and then we'll come back to those at the very end, and then we'll go through it all. That's how I usually process it. But
half the time I switch these avatars because I work too hard on these things to kind of bury them too. I mean, they're my bits of flair. Every one of them. So I don't know that they all represent different characters. They represent different features of my characters, I guess, or different little splinters of me. I do feel most comfortable as the proto, though. It's weird. I can't put my finger on it, but when I'm in. Yeah, I know. Look, we already own that. So that's just one of those things. When I get into that one, I feel more comfortable. But the one thing from a presentation perspective, and the same thing that as much as Seahawk loves the mannequins, that if you keep the eyes open, it's okay. But when dealing with presentation style, people generally look for a face, eyes. You know, it's something ingrained in us when we're kids. The first thing we look for is recognition in the face. That's why Joe Thornton of the Sharks, he grew this he still has it, huge, enormous beard as a playoff beard, and he kept it. And it so confused his kids because they were young and they didn't know what to recognize anymore because his face was different and gone. And yeah,
I bet.
So when you have characters that largely hide eyes, and protogens don't hide their eyes, but they have a very basic subset of emotion that it's kind of hard to portray. So like what you're doing there, that's how you make up the difference for it. You can have facial characteristics, especially if you have eye tracking. Your face does all the work. That's fine. When you don't, the way you fix those shortcomings, you think of the movie Dread. You never see the character's eyes. It's all down below, and it's all facial expression from down below. It's the face, it's the head movements, it's the body movement, positioning, all that stuff. And you have to work harder when you're doing something, when you're running as a protogen or a mannequin. You have to work harder because you have to sell. You have to oversell it, basically. It's you have to put your body into it more and be more aware of your presence to the camera and where you're positioning it. High theater kid stuff. But yeah, that's part of why I like the protogen. I mean, I love being a protogen. Hi, I've admitted to it.
Admitted it to
I love being a protogen, but
times.
sometimes it's just nice having the other kind of features that I can play with a little bit too, because it can bring up a whole different attitude to the camera. It's just fun to have that.
Exactly.
And the free count energy where I get to gnaw on things, including people. In fact, I'm gonna go to the free count, not the Indiana Bones one, because you've already seen what that does. I'll just go to the regular one.
Yeah, that
he's
one.
my glowy boy too. It's so glowy. This was the first one I think I did where I actually put this much glowy stuff in it. Well, they're still the same goggles. It's just they glow. You can see the glowing effect on it now. Yeah, they've always. And if you look real close, the Matrix effect, you know, the little bits, it's very light in there. Yeah. There's a little bit of the Matrix lettering sliding down on them too, but nobody ever notices that because you got to really look at it to see it.
Yeah.
It's one of the core elements of anthropomorphization, indeed. Yeah. He was an awesome artist to make a good proto-sona. Ooh, good question.
There's a lot of people.
To make one? Oh god, Zeke. I think he's been doing a lot of those too now. Although he generally has been doing those as not giveaways. He does it and then people, they're adopts, I think, rather than trying to like do it live.
Yeah.
Rainbow. Wait, if we say rainbows, we have to before I kick my desk doing it. Rainbows. Gotta come up. Rainbows. Just like that. All right. There you go. Soviet cat furry. That is my BF, and I'm a Glaceon Pokemon as his other BF in VRChat.
Lovely.
I switched through so many things. I never do anything. I never do anything with my Luxray. There's so many characters I have. I don't have time and room for them all. Trust me, Ramen gives me talks to me about that. How many of my characters I buried. Like Looney's still out there. I just never figured out what the voice is going to be for Looney, because that was supposed to be my psychotic weasel character based out of the Roger Rabbit universe. So she was just one of the Toon Weasel, part of the Toon Patrol, but she was like a lab scientist working with them.
Exactly.
When you consider how much you sell out for a character, because I also like classic vehicles, I almost flipped the Mustang for, I think it's a 1929 Dodge van, delivery van was what the Weasels were driving, and I was going to buy. Somebody local was selling an ambulance version. I'm like, that's perfect, because she's a mad doctor, so that's perfect. She'd have like the opposite van, and I was getting psyched up about it. I'm like, oh, I kind of want to buy it, and I'm like, I'm an idiot. Stop. This is overselling. Stop. This is real regret decision time. I'm spending a lot of money on something that's just for the sake of a character. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. Be good.
Have good spending habits, not bad ones.
You know, there's enough of with the Mustangs. Not all of the 14 that I've owned were good. They were junkyard finds that I was convinced as a teenager, 20-year-old, I was like, I have a job, I have money, I'll restore it. It'll be amazing. I will have saved the car. And then realized later that it was a horrible decision because it was just a junkyard car for a reason.
And then you realize it has like 500,000 miles on it or something.
Oh, my I had a 67 coupe. My brother had a 67 fastback at the time,
Or
and
6
his was so
kilometers
rusted out.
since
In the
US.
no,
Do we want to talk
his was
about
so
that?
rusted out. No, that was confusing. Well, even as somebody that works in the industry, metric is confusing to me.
Yeah.
I do know some.
Anyway.
I mean, I have the conversions memorized. My brother's Mustang was so rotted out that the windshield pillars were you could push your finger through them. That's not good. They're the windshield pillars. So, you can buy scrap one or buy new ones because they reprinted all the sheet metal stuff. You can buy them and weld them in, which is what he ended up doing. But to do that,
Oh yeah.
I don't remember if I don't think they were making the reproduction ones yet. He realized that he needed a donor car, and I had that 67 coupe that was a complete junker. So he sliced the windshield pillars out of that thing and put them into his fastback. And I made the comment when the junkyard picked it up and ran that thing off with a trailer. I remember watching it drive down the street and just idly said, "That's the fastest I've ever seen that car go." it's going down the road with the roof flopping on the flatbed. That was also, oh god, that was the fire extinguisher car. Now I think about it, because he was cutting the pillars out, he hadn't gutted all the interior out, so it had the headliner in it still and all the other stuff that goes with the headliner. So I come walking out of the house and I see smoke billowing out of the car. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I lean in I lean in there, and the headliner in the back of the car is on fire. There's flames licking up through the roof, and my brother's in there with a welding mask, you know, the big cutting one, so it's the big huge hood thing with a little tiny window, and he's just working away at it. And smart kid, I went over, I grabbed the hose from the front, and I turned on the hose, and I walked up to him and I tapped him on the shoulder, and he didn't lift up the mask, he just kind of looked up at me, and then I pointed behind him, and he looked behind him, and there's flames billowing out of the car, and I just see him jump like that, and then I immediately hand him the hose and walk away.
Yep.
I left him what was going to save his life when the car's on fire. Unsuspecting spoon. Funny. Very unsuspecting.
Thank you
for the follow.
2906 for the follow. Yes, sir.
Too many stupid little lessons learned from car stuff.
Yeah.
There's always story. Even from the most little inane things, there's always story.
Yeah, I was not into that area of mechanic stuff. I was mostly towards the warehouse. Being a warehouse cleaner, those were lovely times.
I do miss the more menial work, the stuff that was more straight line forward instead of having to think about everything. Because I overthink about stuff. That's why I don't sleep much. No, but I find that the only reason I'm kind of lagging at work now is I don't take all my free time and dedicate it to work anymore because I'm doing this instead. But my brain still doesn't shut off either way. But I go in a little less equipped to handle the workday because now I'm not, at this point, I'd be mapping out what I do when I go into work in the morning, and I don't do that anymore. And neither should I, because of that 8th grade try-hard energy. It's I'm not getting paid to think about it when I'm off, so I should be, respect my time.
Yeah,
but corporate America, you gotta sell out.
Yeah, Canada's like that too.
Yeah, Tracker, where are you going? Yeah, you good? You good, little
Tracker?
buddy? What are you doing? It is spazzing out so much, and it's crunching. Okay, all right. Let me fix the crunch. Over here. You're going. I'll be right back for just a second. Just a second.
Oh, someone just raided you.
What? Yeah, I just noticed that. Give me a second to reach. Actually, it's gonna behave now. Now it's gonna behave.
It's the stupid hacker.
Oh, hi.
Your mom doesn't love you.
You're damned if you.
We were vibing. Now we bring the vibing. Good.
I hope you get sued by Twitter. I hope they sue you. I hope they come after you. I remember that
one on you.
Yeah, it's the late night rant. Go make that. I am so sick and tired.
You got a bunch of mods in there. Where's the shout out? Do the thing.
Where's the shout out?
Cody. I'm gonna yell at you. Must be getting too old. I'm gonna head to bed. I'm exhausted. When's your next stream? You said you got your VR put together. Did you figure out when you're gonna do VR stream so I can come in and harass you properly? I mean, help. Wednesday, tomorrow. Okay. Cool. Good. That'd actually be a good idea because I don't really want to stream tomorrow. I wanted to at least get one stream in before Thanksgiving. I think we've covered that. There's a shout out. And you were doing Pokemon Black and White version 2. I never ended up getting into the Pokemon games. I did I did the card game initially when it came out, but I didn't have anything special. I kind of got started on it, but didn't have friends to continue it with, so I never got into it that much. You're doing the work that my pay dictates. Yes. I had the longest time figuring out that. Well, I mean, you get better at your job by being better than the other guy, and welcome to corporate.
Yep.
Anyway,
Welcome
pass it out. Go pass out. Go sleep. Go do thing. Thanks for stopping
Passes
in.
out.
Thanks for Thanks for doing the shout out.
Yeah.
You earned your sword today. Good job. Good job.
There's your paycheck. Free labor. No.
Yay! Your paycheck is the credential I give you. I mean, the street cred that
credit.
I give you. The clout. The clout. That's the word. The clout.
As schools
the
call
cream
it,
of the
is
clout.
credit.
And you know,
There we go.
dude, the cream of the clout actually kind of works. We should change that over. The cream of the clout. Does that make my channel bigger? I don't know.
You can try.
We can try.
Yeah, exactly.
God. I'm gonna become that guy. I'm gonna become the obnoxious streamer. Yeah. Oh. I think you're right. Oh, you know what? Time to stop. We can do that. We can do that. Where's my custom? All right. Time to stop. Time to stop. Yeah. Time to stop. Time to stop.
Oh, I can somewhat
Time
do
to
that.
stop.
If I can. Oh, there it is. There we go. Time to stop.
That's one way of doing it.
Time to stop. Yeah, there we go.
We're at 3 hours. I feel like I mean, we got the questions done. Unless you guys have other questions, we can kind of like wrap it up. You want to keep going for another 2 hours? I got a bunch of people I could send your way.
Well, issue is headset's dying in an hour.
Oh,
Like I said, 4-hour charge.
the cream of the crop.
That is the unfortunate
depending on how
part.
late it. I don't think it's late enough. Wolf is supposed to do his kink night thing tonight. I could always throw people at him, but Snowy's never. I never get to raid Snowy because he's never ever on when I'm on. Well, I mean, he is on when I'm on, but he's never like up and running by the time I finish. So I could actually go raid Snowy for once. He's been like super supportive, unlike yelling at me. Could do that, unless I find somebody small that we want to go like give some love to. It will to no end seem a little weird that like my smallest raids are usually 40, I think, at this point, and I know we don't like talking about the numbers thing, but it feels weird when every time I raid in on people now that they're like, oh my god, that's a big raid, and it's normal to me.
Normal to you, yeah.
I don't know, it's weird when you get normalized to that kind of thing, but here we are. But it feels great that we can at least go throw it at other people and get them boosted, help them out, help find discover what their journey on here is supposed to be.
Exactly. Yeah.
I will say for that advanced statistic website I was looking at that was telling placement of where people are looking, when it will build the bar graph, lifetime bar graph, as far as your channel showing how many hours you stream, your followers. It's funny to me, you look at the line on mine and the followers are straight across, huge spike straight across, and I know exactly when that huge spike was. And it was a 24-hour stream on New Year's I did where I had 44 follows out of that stream because I just went for 24 hours and people were just vibing with it. But it's funny when looking back at it almost a year later and it's like, boom, there's a big spike. It's like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
But it's fun when you get to see the lifelong graph of other people. You can look up any streamer by name on there and it'll show you the readout for the week, the month, and the last 3 months, and it makes for a good comparison. As much as you don't want to sit there and look at the numbers, it's kind of nice sometimes to kind of gauge that maybe you are doing something right, and feels like kind of shows it, especially when you see it in the graph form. It's like, no, you can draw a straight line across and see that you're growing and you're doing good. The chat window broke. I just noticed that. There it goes. No, it's moving again. That's like, wow, it went quiet. Chair just grabbed me. My chair's broken, so I grabbed the back of mine. Can't even get a free cookie with your sword. No, you can't. But you can butter the bread and the cheese. Spread the cheese. Bollocks. Ain't time to stop. Not now. Well, I mean, I did want to do Helldivers. I just don't think I want to do it on stream. Chrome actually offered to do Helldivers with me last night. I mentioned it, and he was talking about, oh yeah, we can do Helldivers together. Okay, fine, bet. Just gotta
When?
tell him when.
Yep.
I get to determine that because he's off for the week. So yeah, gotta do the
Rowdy.
thing.
Yeah.
You butter somebody's heckin' bread. Good, because I want bread with
Bread.
salad. I'm gonna be
Bread with
responsible.
salad.
Eat good. Unless I
Healthy.
go, actually, you know what? With that salad stays good. I'm gonna go to Rayleigh's anyway. I'm buying cake.
Ooh.
If I go to Rayleigh's, I'm getting cake. I don't know what kind. Depends on what they got cut there and that I get to eat. But yeah. You love the shifting fluff bits on the free count. I like the highlighted stuff. I don't know why I'm into the rainbowy stuff. It's not like I'm fabulous about it, but I think I just like the visuals of it because it's a subtle glow. It's like the LED lights I have here. I have
Yeah.
a little flower pot that'll do the same thing, and it's just that nice soft glow. It's a warm thing instead of bright, blinding, flashy stuff. You know, it's just kind of nice. It's comforting.
Yeah.
It's a point of interest. Yeah. Panic-stricken, oh Lord, Scully's starting to think. A panic-stricken man explained to his doctor, "You have to help me. I think I'm shrinking." "Now settle down," the doctor calmly told him. "You'll just have to learn to be a little patient." Ba-dum-dum-tsh. You know, speaking of Chrome, since I don't know if he's watching. He was streaming earlier. I don't know if he's lurking back there. Scully,
Could be.
who's doing the dad joke thing, joined Chrome for a Helldiver stream because he wasn't known within the inner circle. Kind of ended up on his own little isolated island where he wasn't in the call, and he's kind of getting bullied a little bit for it. And like, you two are both criminals for dad jokes because Chrome has a damn box that he busted out last night while we were all just chilling,
Right.
and he wouldn't stop. It's just endless dad jokes, and it's the same thing. You two should have gotten along famously in that stream, but he didn't know. He didn't know me well enough for me. I tried to vouch for you, but it's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
This morning,
basically.
Siri said, "Don't call me Shirley. I accidentally left my phone in airplane mode." I just got your phone. I hate that one. It's terrible.
Oh my word.
Want to buy some stuff for audio? What kind of brand y'all recommend?
Ooh,
I'm no
audio
expert on
stuff.
this either.
I'm not an expert.
It's like I need a bit.
As much as I
I
would
need a better
love
microphone,
to give advice.
Blue Yeti's where everyone starts, and they're actually kind of bad. Actually, they're very bad. Outdoors, it's fine. Indoors is a bad microphone. Way too echoey, way too tinny. I need to buy a better microphone.
Oh my
My
word,
little
it's
headset
bad.
microphone is cute to a point, but I can tell like immediately the difference between the index headset, the handset that I use when I VTube, and the Yeti. All three of them sound completely different. I don't like that. So that, or I use electronic balancing programs, which I'm also not big on. Have a Blue Yeti, yeah, it picks up everything, but I've gotten it to be pretty fine. Yeah, I threw a foam cover over it at one point, and that seemed to help.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a well-dressed man on a unicycle and a poorly dressed man on a bicycle? A tire.
Tire. A tire.
Oh my word. Scully. Anyway.
You have a studio mic, but have it noise filtered to hell and back. Yeah, that's what I expect if I ever got set up for it properly. But I never set up for it. I didn't think like good microphone was going to be a thing. I undershot on all my equipment actually when getting into streaming because I didn't think it was going to stick. I didn't think it would do anything, and yet here we are.
Right.
So the more effort I put into prep stuff like the new intro, which is cool as fuck, by the way. The intro is really cool. The new intro and all the other stuff. Yeah, it's just it's an endless money sink going after it. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. Oh God, you've got the other ones picking it up now. Do you see what you started? The other people are getting into it too now. There's no walking it back, which is ironic given that you were just making a comment about walking upstairs, but there's no walking it
Hooray.
back.
There's no point of return. We passed
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah. We went over the
Definition
edge.
of cooked.
It's gone. It's over. It's so Jover. We're yeah. No, I agree.
Sorry guys, we have to end
The
the
fact
stream
that Twitch
early.
subs exist. The fact that Twitch subs exist implies the existence of Twitch DOMs. If you haven't seen them, maybe you don't have enough subs.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate it, but it's true.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
so much for getting out of here. Yeah, we haven't quite hit escape momentum yet.
Yeah.
Should probably pull the plug on it before it gets too far out of there.
But before
Ugh. I could always wait. The YouTube player's over on that side, right? can always throw in the new intro on the YouTube thing, and we can sit here and highly critique my new intro. If I pull the thing for it.
But before we do that, can we
that's been
quickly
sitting
take a
there for 5
picture
minutes.
for the YouTube thing? Because I like to post it on there,
the-
like a thumbnail.
Well, if we're gonna do that, gonna do that, we're doing it right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, gotta
Face
get
the
back to
camera
the
or
toast.
something.
Get back
All
to get back to the toaster,
We'll
Jen.
do 5
Wait,
seconds.
Why my,
Oh,
my elbows in the coffee cup here?
hold on, let me cancel that. All right, you ready? And 5 seconds.
I think so. Bah.
And taken. Cool.
Yeah. There you go. There's the toaster. Yep.
Yep. Back
If you're
with the
gonna
toaster.
take a picture of it. No, you gotta have
Alrighty.
the toaster. For
Now we're
the,
good to do whatever.
the thumbnail thing. Were there no astronauts on? I would assume I'm gonna, if I bop or look at it, I because of space, no one can hear you stream. I'm assuming the blipped out part is probably Uranus, which is the name of a planet, so I'm allowed to say it. We're 18 plus though, so I'll say Uranus and mean I have used it in jokes, so it's fine.
Sure.
Just got back from a job interview where I was asked if I could perform under pressure. I said I wasn't too sure about that, but I could do a wicked Bohemian Rhapsody. Scully, you want to watch a movie? We're talking about doing another Indiana Jones movie. Helldivers or Indiana Jones? How about both? Recharge the
Why
stuff.
not
Play some
both?
Helldivers. Watch Indiana Jones. Why not both? Not at the same time, though. That'll be confusing. Yeah, I'll think about it. Oh, it gives me something to do for the rest of the night. 'Cause I don't want to be in here all night. This was a very early start, and I'm not used to doing the early start thing, but it's cool. This week I can kind of get away with it, especially with the holiday and all. I do kind of want to do a fire pit stream on Saturday if the weather permits. And we still got, I guess, Beat Saber stream on Sunday is for sure going to be charity stream. Because that's the first day for sure, but I might start, if we do the garden thing, I might make that one of the first ones to be able to take donations. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go over here, peek at the other computer, look for a target that we can go to, which is probably going to be Snowy if he's on. Did he come on yet? Maple's on. Oh, Sledge. Oh, we haven't been able to throw one back at Sledge in a hot minute. Could go there. Levi's on VRChat. He's got a golden kappa train. We could blow him the fuck up. When was the last time we raided Levi? I don't remember. Oh, Caleb's on too. I never get to raid him either because he's always off by the time I finish. He's been super supportive. Nice guy. Project's on. I could raid them.
Oh my word. No. I'm gonna be ending mine too.
Oh, you know, Ryoken's on. I wonder if he's hiding and listening and all that. Lord Pleb, thank you for the follow. Hello, hi. We're looking for a raid target. Here's a good one. Thomas's hernia. You shove that up with some, please. You on red? What you doing? This. You see this? There.
Oh my word.
Thanks for the bits.
Womp womp.
This is why I'm on red. This because black and red. See, there's red here, so
it
it's the
matches.
way you identify that you're hanging out with Project. Yeah, we were gonna jump. Well, I was gonna jump off, raid out, jump off, get food, Helldivers, because I know you want. They said I was dumb. They said that was
Wow.
idiotic. Me saying the thing about you doing that. Jake, hi. Are you going live yet?
How dare they? Ask Jake to go live. Can you go
Jake
live like
streams.
right
Wouldn't
now?
it be neat if Jake got a shout out for streaming? Wow. Wait, are you on tonight or not? You've been off a couple of nights now. I'm assuming you're going to be on before the whole Thanksgiving thing because I know you're doing MFF too, so you're going to disappear into the void. Are you doing one more, any more before MFF, or are you done? I know a lot of people are going dark for Thanksgiving, then MFF is right behind it, so a lot of people are kind of very hit and miss on streams. It's going to be interesting territory with everybody gone. You staying in VRChat or going to do other stuff? I said I was going to break for food, which gives me a chance to charge up some stuff. Probably some Helldivers, then we'll come back and we can watch a movie after that. But I'd like stream stuff. This is it. I'm done for the day. And then tomorrow and Friday. Oh, you're doing the Brave thing and streaming on day after your Black Friday. Oh, that's right. No, I'm doing that too. because I gotta do the
Yeah.
usual chaos stream on Friday versus we do talkie stream today. Friday is when we get drunk and be chaotic. That'll be fun. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. I don't think did the shout out happen? Wow. Didn't. How many
People
mods I
being
got in
lame.
here that don't actually do the job? Hope
Fire
you have a
them all.
Discord stream where you're planning to watch the movie. I guess so. I'll have to. You shout out Phoenix all the time, who apparently is fun to shout out, but I ask for a shout out for Jake and I don't get one. This is how it goes. Ugh.
That's how it be.
All right. What? For serious. Sledge did raid us recently. I hadn't gotten him back. He's having a grand old time over there too. Let me peek in on Ryokan. He could use the boost. Yeah, he wouldn't be ready for it because he was in here earlier lurking around, and I don't know if he. I would assume since he's streaming that he's not doing that. You shouted out
Years
Phoenix.
to follow.
Did you see? Jake doesn't need to raid in. I was saying shout him out anyway.
5811. Thanks for following. Whoa.
I was saying, there you go. Thanks. All right, so I think we're
Oh,
gonna do
my
that because Ryokan stopped in earlier here and he could kind of use a boost, and he's just got started on VRChat, and I like pass it on to little guy who needs the boost kind of thing, and he's a dork,
This was
so I
lovely.
like him.
Yeah, have
He's
a good
fun.
one.
Yeah, this was fantastic. You shouted
Yeah, I
everyone
loved
out.
it.
Good. Just shout into the void repeatedly. It's what I do, and it helps me function perfectly fine.
You're supposed to understand Thomas by now. How long? How long has it been?
How do you not? Why do you not understand me? You should be able to read all of my thoughts. Look, my thoughts look generally this empty all the time, so it's not that hard to read them. Shouting into the void, absolutely.
New redeem. Shout into the void.
I'm mildly disappointed I won't be going to MFF to be able to yell at some people in person, but that's hey, adult responsibility. Like me coming in before I got in here with you, having to make sure that they change all our medical around, and boy did they make it overcomplicated this time. But I can tell you, I did pick the one that's going to cover me very well on an operation, because I think they're supposed to pay 85% of whatever operation. So yeah, I made sure I got the one that's going to help me with the hernia surgery.
Oh yeah.
Because I kind of want that to be a thing. I'm gonna rip curds out here in Toby's stream. I see. Oh Lord, they did the TTS thing. I see that. I'm gonna come over here really quick and just set it up, tee it up. The fuck kind of sound is that?
I'm already scared. What the heck?
Mariah Carey. Oh God, I've got a headache from laughing too hard on that. Oh, that was a head rush.
Oh no. Not good.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
I hate it. Oh my God. Need to raid out before I die. Ryokan. Oh God. Here, I'm Ryokan Wolf, there he is. Pop. All right. Pop, I hit the thing. All right. There we go. Okay, I'm raiding Ryokan. He's a friend of the channel. He's been around a few times. Pops in on the stream sometimes, that kind of thing. Fun dude. Just go have fun. He's doing VR chat. Go annoy him. Make funny noises to him, I guess. I don't know if he has a TTS or not, but you'll be able to figure it out. Throws all our humor is broken. No shit. But we put up with it anyway because the internet. I'm Thursday, assuming things go well, we'll be back for Plate Up. I'm not sure who else. I mean, Sakura wanted to do that too. I think we'll do it early in the day, kind of like we did this one. Since I'm off all day Thursday, Friday, we'll probably do an early one of Plate Up. Chaotic, fun, that kind of thing. Annoying, like usual. Friday will be the usual shenanigans stream. Saturday might be Fire Pit stream if I feel like starting it earlier than Sunday, of course. Beat Saber, and we're getting started in the 12 Days of Starlight campaign, where I'm going to put it at 1,000 for the campaign goal. Hopefully we hit that. We got 2 weeks to raise 1,000, potentially more. Get a video game system for one of the hospitals around here again, which you already knocked out last time so well. So I'm trusting you're going to do it, and we'll try doing that. And a week and a half from now, I get Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and I'm going to do that one on stream the day before it officially releases to the public, because I bought the early release version. So we're going to do that. That's going to be the week ahead, more or less. So go take care. Have a lovely rest of your evening and week, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Bye. Bye. Love you. Bye. Thanks for the raids. Bye.
See you later.
Where? It's done. It's free. I'm done. Mwah.